You're here. Asti, go prepare some refreshments for our distinguished guests.
Alright. How are you all doing today? Skycutter here, and welcome back. Welcome back to Black Beacon. It's been like a week? I've been, doing my dailies, making my character stronger so I can actually push through chapters without being locked behind the level. So I've been leveling up quite hard, honestly. I've been doing my dailies and I've been keeping up with the game, obviously. I did not just give up with the game or anything. That's why I didn't upload in the past few days this game, because I wanted to progress before I do anything else. So here we are, and now, without further ado, we are going straight into the story. Nothing else matters right now. It's only the story that matters right now, yeah? Yeah? We stopped at chapter 4. Now we're going to chapter 5. Let's go. I've been itching to know what's gonna happen next, honestly. So, let's go. Fleeting life. Thatcher. Eaves hang low, and green grass grows by the stem. The bright moon shines in the sky, resembling a gleaming mirror. A person emerges from beneath the eaves, bathed in moonlight, and raises a glass of wine to the moon.
Fleeting time and blissful sight, let us partake in the wine in view of moonlight.
A shadow appears by his side.
You're in the mood for drinking today, Master.
It's a rare moment of relaxation in this eternal summer. Enjoying some homemade wine is a joy of a fleeting life.
Sower tilts his head.
Speaking of which, you treated me to a bowl of wine in the western region over a decade ago. You were young back then, but now you can drink with me. So, would you like a glass as well?
Thank you, Master, but I've never had an appreciation of wine.
I'll enjoy the wine on my own then.
Sower takes a sip of wine and continues reciting poetry.
Though the world's vastness eludes my sight, time's toll on life shines clear and bright. In the feast of nature's bounty, bear's paw grants girth, while slender grace is found in the frog's agile mirth. Where dwells the divine lord in realms unknown, does the immortal one grace existence's throne? In the eastern sky Romu's embrace, where the Xulong resides with radiant grace. With blade's swift dance I sever its limbs, consume its flesh, quelling its whims. No more it soars beneath daylight's gleam, nor hides in night's veil, a vanishing dream. Old souls endure, death's grip they defy. Youth's tears withheld, their sorrows shy.
This is a poem called Fleeting Days, written by an ancient poet, I believe.
Indeed. Do you understand the meaning of this poem?
I'm not well educated, so I can only try to interpret it literally. The poem reflects on the fleeting nature of time and the brevity of life. The poet laments and wonders if there truly exists a god who does not rely on brains for sustenance. Legend has it that there is a colossal tree named Ruomu in the eastern skies, beneath which rests Xulong, a dragon that controls the cycle of day and night with its eyes opening and closing. So, the poet whimsically imagines that if he were to sever its feet and consume its flesh, time would come to a halt naturally. Thus, the old would never die, and the young would no longer weep over their deceased relatives.
Yes, indeed. What a poem. What a dream. If everyone could enjoy eternal life, what kind of paradise would this world become? There would be no aging, no illness, and no death. Everyone would have ample time to know and befriend one another. All troubles and conflicts would diminish in the face of infinite longevity, leading to boundless knowledge, wisdom, and experience. In such a world, everyone could possess the wisdom of sages.
It's truly a marvelous dream. However, in reality, there are neither immortal beings nor dragons, and it's impossible for mortals to attain immortality.
Because you've never seen immortal beings or dragons with your own eyes, you can so easily conclude that they don't exist. As for immortality, countless emperors have pursued it, so it may not be an entirely futile endeavor, right?
Sower shakes his head and sighs.
When everyone declares something beautiful, its concealed ugliness is exposed. When everyone recognizes something as good, its flaws become evident. Hence, existence arises from nothingness. Adversity emerges from tranquility. Magnitude finds definition in brevity. Eminence seeks solace in humility. and melody arises amidst discord. Sages act purposelessly and impart wisdom with veiled words. All beings are permitted to flourish undisturbed, nurtured without appropriation, fostered without reliance on personal strength, and achievements attained without laying claim to merit.
Your wisdom is far beyond my comprehension, Master.
It's just some knowledge gathered from others. What I just said was passed down to me by a philosopher friend of mine. According to him, the world is driven by desires for profit, and it is precisely through contrasts that people develop desires, competing for fame and fortune. Therefore, if one does not boast of extraordinary talents, does not value what is cherished, and does not flaunt what arouses greed, then one will not disturb the souls of others. In other words, once all desires are eliminated, one's soul will always remain serene and calm. However, even sages find it difficult to eliminate the desires for two specific things: satiety and vitality, that is. Well, isn't it a bit complicated? To put it simply, it's about being well-fed and healthy. These are the most fundamental needs for all living beings in the world, and all beings are equal in regards to these needs. Therefore, a wise emperor's reign will grant their people a content mind, a nourished body, a weak desire, and a strong spirit. This helps people attain knowledge and eliminate desires. In other words, by satisfying people's hunger and strengthening their bodies, emperors can protect their people from greed and desires, fostering peace in the world. At that time, all lives will be like thriving flowers in a fertile wilderness, blooming towards the sun.
You have your own reasons for your actions, Master, and I'm not supposed to ask you questions. But
Feel free to ask.
please forgive my boldness. Seeing your excitement today, is your grand plan approaching its final stage?
You're quite perceptive, Wusha. Yes, it's exactly as you said.
Please forgive me for my incompetence. I failed to remove those unexpected visitors at this critical moment.
Well, there's no need to apologize.
Sower looks down at Wushi, wearing a friendly expression.
I have other matters to attend to, and we won't be seeing each other again in the near future. As for the remaining matters in Songlin City, I entrust them to you.
The remaining matters.
You have your own path, Wusha. Follow your heart, and everything will be fine.
Wushi remains silent for a while before nodding slightly.
As you wish, Master.
Sower turns his gaze to his glass. The wine is almost gone. The time has come. It is time to break free from the cycle of life and death. It is time to establish an eternal paradise. He's trying to attain immortality, I see. No matter. I am forced to use her, I guess? Yeah? Okay. It is fine, it is fine. I'm broken beyond belief right now for this. I feel more confident in actually playing the game now because, well, I'm powerful enough to not feel gated. It's not going to be gated. It wasn't going to be gated anyways, but I wanted an assurance because I want to push through to glimpse of the future. I want to push through to the end of chapter 6 as well. So yeah. 1 week later, the water in the pool, tinged with a green hue, can hardly reflect anything. It has been a week since we identified the source of this anomaly. However, even after we figure out its principles, the situation has not improved. We have heard nothing from Xinyu City, and all we can do is wait in the city, watching it transform into bronze day by day. Soon, Shangling City will be transformed into a city of bronze.
There you are.
I say city because my tongue is rolling into the Japanese way of saying city. My brain is, because I'm trying to learn Japanese and my brain is, forgive me. I turn around and see Shin walking slowly towards me.
What is the leader of the great minds in Emeon pondering about?
Please don't tease me.
I'm not teasing you. If it weren't for your help, we would...
You would still have discovered the truth.
My colleagues, do you have any concerns?
Oh my god, bro.
Although my knowledge isn't as profound as that of Master Yuan Suen, I can try to help alleviate your worries. My colleagues often say that I'm too serious and lack a sense of humor. And now it seems that you're no different.
Immortality doesn't sound bad at all.
Indeed. Everyone has to face death. The allure of immortality is undeniably strong.
Should we truly eliminate the Cerulean Blight?
Sometimes I find myself pondering that question as well. Maybe we should simply let nature take its course. Perhaps we are too narrow-minded in labeling it as the Cerulean Blight. Imagine this. If everyone could live for thousands of years, explore the world, forge countless friendships, delve into the masterpieces left by wise individuals, and witness the passage of time and the evolution of eras, it would truly be a remarkable existence.
So, should we stop here? We're preventing people from achieving everlasting life. And that includes ourselves.
Yeah, you're right. However, you heard their conclusion. All creatures infected by the Cerulean Blight will remain in their current state for eternity.
So it's more like static rather than immortality. It's like you're frozen in time. Nothing happens, you don't get hungry, you don't age, you don't do nothing. You're just in place, you're in static, your time is frozen. I don't think that is immortality, honestly, but let the game explain furthermore so I can understand more about this situation.
Immortality would stop natural reproduction. If the Cerulean Blight continues to spread, it will stop the evolution of the entire biosphere, which has been progressing for billions of years.
Yeah, see that? That's what I'm talking about.
Biological theory suggests that life is a complex miracle, resulting from countless coincidences and errors.
Sure, in your fictional world.
While the stable replication of genes ensures the transmission of species, it is the accidental and diverse mutations that drive evolution. Even the origin of human intelligence may be attributed to a deoxyribonucleotide mistakenly copied in the brain of a primate millions of years ago. Allowing the Cerulean Blight to spread would mean eliminating the infinite possibilities for millions of species in the future. Such an outcome must never come to pass. As members of CAVE, it is our duty to remain vigilant against anomalies. If we let our guard down, how can we fulfill our duty of protecting our peers in the surface world?
I understand. By the way, the Cerulean Blight incident and the downfall of the Tower of Babel occurred almost simultaneously. Do you think Nemesis is somehow involved?
To be honest, we have considered this possibility. Head Librarian, did Master Cosmos share any information about Nemesis with you?
No, nothing at all.
I see. They have practically disappeared in recent years, but we have some clues regarding their activities. As far as we know, their current size has reached an all-time low. However, at the same time, the barrier for entering this secretive group has been raised to an unprecedented level.
Honestly, she's really beautiful, man. I don't know, man. I have a thing for girls that look like her. She reminds me of teachers. Oh.
We have no knowledge about the details of its members.
Off topic.
All of them are leaders in specific fields and are referred to as apostles, each with a unique code name. Although it may sound self-aggrandizing, if even Weisha can't uncover their true identities, those members must have attained positions beyond our reach. Therefore, it's entirely reasonable to suspect their involvement in the Cerulean Blight crisis. Their influence extends far enough to make this possible. Considering what you experienced before, this is likely the case, as no one within Xi'an should harbor any hostility towards you. It's very possible that an apostle is lurking within Xi'an, concealed deeper than we can imagine.
We must be careful.
While your words hold truth, the challenge lies in determining what actions to take. Our enemy is lurking in the shadows, and guarding against a hidden threat is no easy task. Instead of wasting time speculating about their next move, we should focus on our own tasks. The fewer loopholes we have, the better our chances of catching them off guard and eventually turning the tables. Why don't you go for a walk? Staying here won't get us anywhere.
Are you suggesting we lure them out?
Indeed. We will lure them out. For now, we can't go to Xingyu City and address the root cause with Master Yuan Xuan. Even so, we can still do our best to resolve the crisis in Songlin City, including unraveling the identity of the mastermind behind these events. Moreover, by observing the city with your own eyes, you can find answers to many of your questions and doubts. Although you're a foreigner, somehow I have a feeling that you will develop an affinity for this place. And I believe that this land will embrace you with open arms.
Huh? Oh, it's you. Wait, where's the woman with the poker face who's been following you around all day?
Zero is taking a rest. She got wounded in the Tower of Babel and shielded me from flying daggers with her body. Since we left the library, her incredible regeneration abilities have all but ceased. And now, her recovery rate is not much faster than that of an ordinary person. If I brought her out in her current condition, It would be unfair to her.
It surprises me that she actually agreed to let you out.
Well, I had to do some serious convincing. Whenever I think about the look in Zero's eyes when she learned that I was going to act independently, I feel uneasy. As if I've done something wrong.
But I can't believe that Zhang actually let you out, especially considering the chaotic situation out there and the fact that you were attacked last time.
Yeah, I totally agree, Master Shing. Because I'm confident that the great Master Shing will protect me. Here, this is for you. I hand Shin a freshly baked meat bun from a paper bag. Oh, she's actually holding it. Nice.
Stay close. Don't get lost again like last time at the hospital.
Alright, we keep going. Hello?
The Bureau of Husbandry and Agriculture wants to hold the Harvest Festival on time this year. Although the festival will be held remotely, we still want people to get some fresh air, even if it's just for one afternoon. In that case, we need to eliminate all the contaminated animals that have invaded the city before the festival starts. At the very least, we must ensure that the city is safe on the day of the festival.
Fair enough.
Since the water in the Grandeur River is contaminated, the Wellbeing Office City Hall has ordered fresh water to be transferred from other regions to Songlin City. Until the completion of the water diversion project, Songlin City will have to rely on caravans to deliver water from outside the city and manually distribute it. We are currently short-handed, so it'd be great if you could help us out.
Sure. These people do need a lot of help.
Looks like something went down on the outskirts, and Ching asked us to stay here for now. With so many people gathered, that must be a serious problem going on.
Are you leaving? I heard there are some problems in the neighborhood near the hospital. Perhaps you should go there and take a look.
Alright, the hospital it is. But first of all, let me check around if there are any chests. No, not here? Okay. Well, I don't think there is anything of importance here. Just keep
Is
going.
someone there? Help me!
You okay, buddy?
Thank you so much. Those animals have been attacking us lately, and they delayed today's water delivery. Are you busy? If you have the time, could you help me distribute water to the residents in this neighborhood first?
Okay. I guess I can help with that. Knock, knock.
Excuse me, I'm from the municipal government.
The government? Oh, you're just in time. We got 5 people here, and you only gave us 10 liters of drinking water and 60 liters of daily use water today. Do you think this is fair?
Huh? Wait, let me see. Each person should get 3 liters of drinking water and 15 liters of daily use water per day. And you have 5 people here.
She starts counting on her fingers but messes up. It's 15 liters of drinking water and 75 liters for domestic water.
Oh, right.
Right. Do you have any idea how much water you shorted us? We can't even make a decent soup.
Come on. It's only 3 liters of drinking water and 10 liters of domestic water short. I'll make up for it right away.
It's actually 5 liters and 15 liters, respectively. She's face turned red with embarrassment.
Well, it's not that big of a deal, all right? Now I know you're good at basic math.
Oh, she's cute.
Whatever. I get that you're swamped with everything going on. Feel free to give our water to the family across the street. They have an old man at home and must need more water for daily care.
Alright, we keep going. La la la. Nothing to see here, honestly. Oh, shoot!
Forgive all sins.
Damn. Knock, knock.
Excuse me, I'm from the municipal government. Here's your water allocation for today.
Oh? Why do we have so much water today?
Here's the thing.
So it's from our neighbor across the street. I really appreciate it. Actually, my old man doesn't need so much water. He's been losing his appetite lately, even though he's in good health. I mean, he's already in his 80s, and I'm worried he might be on his last legs. Please, take the water and give it to those who need it, especially the people at the hospital.
Alright. People are really nice to each other, I guess. Ouch. Not cool, not cool. How the hell do I reach that? Wait, what? Do I have to go in? I'm scared if I go in, it will pass me to the next level. Let me check. There's no other chests, so...
Are you from the government? We could really use your help. Come here. See that bus parked on the roadside? We were intending to use it to transport some patients out of the city, but those beasts are too dangerous. Could Did you get rid of them? Here, the permission to the barricades.
Okay, thanks. Can't eliminate this. I guess we're going this way. Oh, well. Not today. Not today. Yep. That's one chest down and one chest to go.
There are some obstacles up ahead, blocking the road. If I try to drive through, the bus will get damaged, and the patients inside might get hurt. Could you help me clear the road?
Yes, sir. I mean, I'll just use Finn.
No room for error. There's too many of them. I'll get some help.
After a busy morning, the road leading out of the city has finally been cleared for transportation vehicles. One by one, the patients leave the hospital. In the crowd preparing to board the bus, a familiar figure waves at us.
Hey, it's you guys. Oh, Shin, you're here too.
Huh? Are you leaving the city, Miss Young?
Yes, the hospital here is overcrowded.
Man, the art
And I
is
feel
so
guilty
good.
occupying a bed.
I see PZRs in here.
Besides, the government mentioned that the water of the Grandeur River is polluted. And I'm concerned it won't be good for the baby in my belly if I stay here any longer.
She gently strokes her abdomen, although her smile holds a hint of sorrow.
My little one. It used to kick my belly all the time. But recently, it has been so quiet. Behaving so well that it makes me nervous. Lately, there have been all sorts of rumors. Whether the crops are failing, or there's a water shortage, or if there's a disease outbreak. Everyone is on edge. Many people in Songlin City used to live in the western region, and everyone is afraid that what happened before will happen again. Sometimes, I can't help but wonder if my little one doesn't want to come into this world because it's worried about causing trouble for us.
Not at all. How could it possibly cause trouble?
Yeah, I agree. How could it possibly cause trouble? Lately, I've been dreaming about this baby, and I keep telling it, you won't cause any trouble to Mommy. I want to meet you soon, and I hope you'll grow up healthy.
Oh, I really want a wife and to build a family, man.
You'll become a
This is
healthy
sweet.
and kind person, just like
Oh, man. This is just making me emotional. Stop making a grown-ass man emotional. Oh my god. She is so adorable. She blushes and looks away awkwardly. She's praising you.
Shut up!
Suddenly, the pregnant woman's hand, which was caressing her abdomen, pauses.
Hey, I think I just felt the baby.
It's responding to you. The pregnant woman chuckles, and the sorrow on her face dissipates.
I hope this kid will grow up in a better world. Do you think it will?
Yes, it will.
Well, my little one won't be able to see the Harvest Festival this year. I hope we can both participate in it next autumn.
That's just so wholesome, bro. A gray-haired man dressed in black leans against a tree, observing from a distance a young person who helped a pregnant woman onto the bus. This will be my perfect opportunity, Wuxi mutters. With everyone's attention focused on the young pregnant woman, if he throws his dagger now, he could easily slit the throat of the head librarian of Emeon. However, something is hindering him. Why? The hilt of the dagger in his hand feels as if it were welded to his palm, refusing to fly away. His eyes remain fixed on the young pregnant woman, the loving smile on her face pricking his heart. Even when everyone leaves his side, the dagger, its hilt damp with sweat, remains firmly held in his hand. Damn, bro, I missed a chest. Wuxi, Part 1. The mountains surrounding the western region were tall, distant, and cold. Together with the sun, they overlooked the desolate world. On one side of the mountain lies barren yellow earth. The Grandeur River flowed for thousands of miles, nurturing all living beings, but leaving only a few drops to quench the thirst of its origin. He failed to remember that a long, long time ago he had a different name. While the land was desolate, it allows for the growth of seed of weeds. The western path meandered through the mountains, serving as a crucial route into the western region. It was difficult to traverse, with many sections accessible only to porters, mules, and horses. Hence, a handful of rice after passing through the western path would become as precious as a handful gold. Since ordinary people couldn't afford such an expensive price, some of them had to toil diligently, even on the barren land, hoping that a rice flower would bloom in the summer. His parents were farmers in this land. He was born in a fortunate year. At the time, his family still had enough food, and his arrival brought joy. A boy required only a small amount of food for 3 years before becoming the youngest laborer in the family. He had a sturdy physique akin to weeds in a wheat field, thriving with minimal nourishment. By the time he was 3 years old, he walked barefoot on the ridge with his family's ox, collecting hogweed from the fields. At the age of 6, he could lift the axe and split every piece of firewood he brought back. When he reached 8, he assisted his father in laying the foundation of a new house. The contents of his basket changed from hogweed to firewood and eventually yellow earth. The crop was not plentiful, but it was enough to satisfy their stomachs. The firewood he cut was not abundant, but it was sufficient for the winter. The yellow earth he dug out was not profuse, but it was enough to make the earthen wall for their new house. Every bit of weight on his shoulders became the cornerstone of a better life. He firmly believed in that. He felt content with what he had. Whenever he handed over the heavy basket to his mother, she would gently stroke his hair and praise him for a job well done. The warmth left in his hair guided him in his walks in the night without any candlelight. Time passed swiftly, and so he grew up. His life was never affluent, but the family held onto the belief that everything would become better. It was at that moment that a new life quietly joined his family. He vaguely remembered it was autumn. The twilight was beautiful, casting a warm carpet of afterglow on the road back home. Upon his return, he saw his father brimming with joy and his mother blushing slightly. Just as he set down the basket, his father lifted him up high, turned him around and placed him in front of his mother.
You're making a fuss. What if you drop him?
His mother playfully scolded his father, then extended her hand towards him. He expected his mother to ruffle his hair as usual. However, her hand gently rested on his left hand, guiding it together to touch her abdomen.
You know, you're going to have a sibling.
The woman spoke softly. His eyes widened slightly.
Be a good brother, will you?
She looked at him with a smile in her eyes, her voice unusually tender. The warmth from his hand gradually seeped into his heart. The life nurtured in his mother's womb grew bigger with each passing day. When a traveling merchant passed by, his father traded one of their calves for a jar of Huangyu. The western region did not produce... Oh, I can't read that. Can't produce glutinous grain, and this wine, made from glutinous rice and brown sugar, was known as Maiden Rose. It was a custom in Yangyin region to prepare it when welcoming the birth of a daughter. They would open the jar when a daughter got married, hoping for her long and healthy life and the prosperity of the family. His mother chuckled and gently scolded his father for being wasteful when they didn't even know the gender of the baby. His father simply smiled while tending to the soil, expressing his certainty that it would be an adorable girl.
It's going to be a sweet girl, don't you think?
Father looked at him, winking as if seeking his approval. So he approached his mother's side and quietly crouched in her arms, pressing his ear against her belly. The pulsation of life reached his ears through the thin layer of flesh, eventually settling in his heart. A tender life was taken root, and his arrival would complete the family. He nodded. His father laughed and commended him, mentioning the importance of taking care of his future sister. Then he dug a hole under the tree near the field, preparing to bury the jar. He gazed at his father's bustling figure and quietly felt the movement in his mother's abdomen. It would probably be a girl, and if so, she would be the most precious child in the world to him. He imagined carrying her in his basket, ensuring that her tender feet never touched the rough gravel road. As she grew older, his responsibility would become heavier, and when it became too much for him, he would place her on the back of the old oaks, walking together with her in the fields and adoring her ears with beautiful rice flowers. With these wonderful thoughts in mind, he closed his eyes and fell into a deep sleep. Oh, that's it. Oh my god, that was beautiful, bro. Continue. I need part 2. No! Part 2, bro. I'm gonna go crazy, bro. I'm really gonna go crazy. I need more. Give me more. That was so nice, man. God damn, cliffhanger. Come on, come on, come on. Let's do this fast, please. Onegaishuru. Onegaishimasu. Transportation fleet. As we safeguard the transport fleet out of the downtown area of Shangling City,
Did the first fleet encounter issues again today? All right, I see. Oh, Scene? There you are. You're just in time. I've been overwhelmed here. Songlin City is sending out grain from the city, and the grain trucks are all waiting nearby. Come and lend us a hand. The Bureau of Roads and Travel is transporting stored grain to various regions, and all highways and railroads are at full capacity. The Well-Being Office is coordinating with other regions to ensure that transportation fleets from Songlin City are given priority. But recently, the biological mutations caused by the water have intensified, and contaminated animals have started attacking transportation fleets and workers constantly. Ordinary people can barely perceive anomalies. They can't see the true nature of what we see, and can't defend themselves against such attacks. We need to escort them until all the resources are safely delivered.
Okay, we'll keep going.
We can't get through. Could you clear those obstacles?
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Be careful. Are you okay? Alright, let's go.
Watch out! It's those animals again!
Okay. Yeah. Xing is really strong, man. I love her playstyle, man. It's really good. Yeah, she does AoE damage. It's really nice. Cannot wait for her to come out for me to pull for her. Woo! There we go. I think we should be fine. Wait for this one to go out. That's done. Let's see. What about you? That's done. I don't see anything else. Yep, okay. Edots. Every animal here is Edot. Big, big Edot. Whoa! I did not know you could do that. Maybe I used it before and I don't even remember. Damn, bro. Damn, bro. Alright, bro. Let's go. It is safe right now. Ikuze. Koyo. Pampara. You too slow, bro. Give me that. Let me carry it. Let me carry it. Let me carry. Oh, don't stay too far from the driver. It doesn't look like a car to me, now does it? Oh, he clipping through me. No, immersion brake. Alright, let's see what I can do about this. This, I like that. And this. Let's go, driver. Let's go, Mr. Car. Okay. Alright, Ox. It's time for you to sleep, boy.
Horses and riders.
Looks fine. Now everything looks fine to me. Okay, that was close enough. Yes, yes, too far away. Oh my god, escorting. I hate escort missions, bro. Come on. Come on, you can do it. There you go. Almost there. Really? This is too far for you? How much of a wuss are you, man? Keep going. Keep it going, keep it going. Keep it going. Despite the twists and turns, we have managed to safely escort the worker to the transportation fleet.
You must be the government guards, right? Thank you. Up in the passenger seat. If anything comes up, I'll cut it on you. Truck number 1 here. Calling all trucks. Check the head count, trucks, cargo, and fuel level. All right, we're good to go. Listen up, everyone. Follow the truck out of you. Let's hit the road. I should give you the rundown on our fleet. The time is against us, so let's get the formalities.
We've got 30 trucks in total. 6 loaded with flour, 10 with rice, 1 carrying cooking oil, 9 with fruits and veggies, and the last 4 are refrigerated trucks carrying meat. We're starting from Songlin City and heading all the way up to the Northland region. Our job is to escort them to the next checkpoint outside the city, where the cerulean blight hasn't affected the animals yet.
Northland region? Intrigued by the topic, the driver, while keeping his gaze fixed on the road ahead, cannot help but strike up a conversation with us.
You've never been there, have you? That's my hometown. About 2,000 kilometers away from Jiangyan region. Jiangyan region is great, by the way. We only harvest once a year there. Unlike here, where they do 3 times a year.
Really? But why did you come all the way here?
Nothing much. We've got 2 guys from the western region in truck number 2. They heard the Jiangyan region needed help, so they drove day and night for over 3,000 kilometers to get here. By the time we deliver the supplies to northern region, they'll practically travel across all of Jin. Let's see, the girl in truck number 5 is from Han's region. The young man in truck number 17 is from the central region. And the father and the son in truck number 24 are from the northern region. I'm sure we got people from all over Jin. I've covered the longest distance among these folks, so they consider me their captain. Honestly, I was supposed to retire and go back home last month, but with the current situation, I'll do whatever I can. Many people in northern region are in desperate need of food. I've traveled over 8 million kilometers in my life, so traveling a few thousand kilometers at the last minute is no big deal. Besides, it's nothing compared to the situation in the western region back then. Those was truly tough days. Even though we received food supplies in the western path, the road was too narrow for trucks, so we had to rely on human labor and mules. In the end, we had to build roads while carrying food on foot over the mountains. After one trip, your feet would be killing you. Seriously, it's nothing like now, where you can just chill in an air-conditioned car.
Abruptly, the captain stops talking. Along the road leading out to the city, an unending line of trucks stretches as far as the eye can see. Empty trucks pour into the city, while loaded ones surge out carrying goods. This is amazing. How many trucks do they have here?
Well, that young government guy was blabbering yesterday, saying we need to transport at least 40 million tons of grain to a different part of Qian during the fall and winter seasons. If each truck carries a full load of 40 tons, that adds up to 1 million truckloads, and that's where we're at, roughly. Of course, not all the grain is transported by road. There are also railways and waterways. The riverport and seaport in the city are packed with ships that spontaneously came to help with grain transportation. And there are a bunch of big ships waiting at sea for a spot to dock. If we put in a little more effort, we might just have the Harvest Festival on time this year. Alright, enough chit-chat. I'm focusing on driving. I'm responsible for what's on this truck, and I'm counting on you to handle what's up ahead.
Aye aye, Captain. Okay. We going for more. I wonder what's gonna be up ahead. optimization of north and south.
Thanks, guys. You can leave us here. Someone else will take care of us from now on. Huh? What's going on up ahead? Is construction work causing the blockage?
What's wrong with these animals? Get them out of here! Protect the pipeline! Don't let these crazy oxen damage it!
Those oxen are contaminated, but those workers are mistaking them for ordinary livestock. They'll get hurt if we don't intervene.
Before she makes a move, she already rushes out with her spear.
Thank you so much for your timely help. Seriously, we're stretched thin on manpower. We have to build the pipelines while dealing with these mad animals.
Are these water pipes?
Yeah, exactly. We better fill in the gaps soon, or we'll be losing tons of water down the drain. Oh, if you're thirsty, help yourself to a drink. Don't worry, this water is not from the contaminated Grandeur River. It's actually clean water transferred from the north through the water diversion project.
The water diversion project?
Yeah, I get why you're confused. Initially, the water diversion project was meant to bring water from the Grandeur River to the north. But a few days ago, the Wellbeing Office ordered a reversal of the water transfer. They wanted to raise the water level in the northern reservoir to address the water shortage in Kanglin City. The problem is, the situation wasn't anticipated during the project's design. As a result, the main channel is pretty far from Kanglin City and other populated areas. So, we received the task of building temporary water pipes. It's not a technically challenging job, but nobody told me we'd be dealing with those crazy oxen and birds until I arrived in Kanglin City.
So you're not a resident in Chanling City?
Nope. The city is fully focused on grain transportation, and they can't spare any manpower for laying pipelines. Once we heard about the orders from the Grand Monument, we packed up our stuff and came here, hoping we could lend a hand.
Is everything going smoothly?
Well, according to the plan, we're working on 10 different sections of the pipeline simultaneously. In just 4 days, we've managed to lay down 225 kilometers of pipe. At this rate, we'll be done in another 2 days. I'm pleasantly surprised to see so many others share the same mindset. In this section alone, we've got over 400 people from different regions who came here to help out.
Damn.
I guess everyone is hoping that if we finish laying the pipelines ahead of schedule, the Harvest Festival this year will go smoothly.
Have those animals been attacking the pipelines all this time?
In the past few days were fine. As long as we didn't provoke those beasts, they wouldn't bother us. But lately, I don't know what's happened. They seem to be attracted to something and have started attacking our pipelines in a more organized way.
I see. Let's go see what's going on.
I feel like someone's commanding them. No, I know someone's commanding them. I don't feel it. I know it. It's the obvious outcome, no? Okay, well, let's just go. Let us go, let us go.
So these animals are getting restless? Let me knock some sense into them.
Alright, let's go.
Woohoo! Those oxen's hooves are getting harder. They can even smash through thick pipes.
All of a sudden, Xing discovered something as she squats down, touching the water on the ground with her fingertips.
What's happening here? The water.
What's wrong?
Oh, nothing. Let's fix the water pipes first.
Okay, how do we fix it then? Spam F? Long press. Okay. There we go. Nice and easy. Hey, don't do that.
These barricades were probably set up by the construction team. Let's move them out of the way for now.
Well, then, I don't think there's anything to see there, so yeah, okay. Why am I so slow, bro?
Why would they want to destroy the pipes when the water inside is not even from the Grandeur River?
I think they're being controlled to sabotage all water available. I think this is Wushi's master's doing. He is part of Nemesis after all, so yeah, that's something he would do. The water pipes here are badly damaged. Xing squats down again and touches the water that has accumulated under the leaking water pipes.
It's not my imagination. The water here is the contaminated water from the Grandeur River.
She wipes the water off her hand and then catches a handful of water below the leaking water pipe.
The water inside the pipe is clean. So someone deliberately spread the contaminated water around the pipes to attract those animals. Who would do such a thing?
Well, let's focus on fixing the pipes for now.
Yeah, you're right. It's pointless to think about the culprit now.
Alright, let's do this. Why am I still slow? I shouldn't be slow for this long. Is it a bug?
Crushing horses and...
Oh. Okay. Oh.
We're here to help repair the pipes. I'll leave those feral animals to you.
Okay.
Coward!
I don't know if I saw that before or not, but it still looks cool. It looks so cool.
All the pipes are repaired. We're good to go now.
Yep. We moving. We moving. Well, we moving, but we moving really, really slow. Dovahking. Any chance there is a kitten such thing? Oh, shoot. Upon opening the box, you're swarmed with frenzy mosquitoes. Wow. Yep. Don't worry, it's okay. Just out of biology. Yeah, no. Give me that. I am really slow, bro. What's going on? I'm permanently slowed down. I think that's a bug, yeah. Okay. I am permanently slowed down. There we go. Fixed it for you. You're very, very welcome. Easy, Kore.
The barricades and let the construction team evacuate.
Alright. Okay. You do that. I'll just continue further. All being slow as hell. Slow as fuck. Being super slow. Hello.
Thanks a lot. If it weren't for you, who knows when we would have finished fixing these pipes.
You're welcome. By the way, have you noticed any suspicious behavior from your team members?
Well, I don't remember everyone. It's a temporary engineering team, after all.
Okay, it makes more sense that we have a traitor. Traitor. Very much a traitor, alright?
Please help us! We're heading into the city, but what's wrong with those crazy animals? Don't let them touch the wagon. It's got all our precious drinking water.
Coward!
Woo! Down you go.
Now is the time. Cut it clean!
Nice. And down you go. Finally, all the animals have been driven away. Before you leave, a driver steps forward from the group.
Who's in charge here?
It's me. What's up?
Before I left, I was instructed to bring a soil sample to Sanglin City. This sample is from the Grand Monument, and it's supposed to be delivered to the former head of the Bureau of Husbandry and Agriculture.
Sure, I'll take care of it. This label says moon soil. This is a sample of moon soil sent from the Grand Monument. Please deliver it to the former director of the Bureau of Husbandry and Agriculture as soon as possible.
More errands to run. By the way, who's that former director?
I'll personally go meet him, so come along with me, Scene. And you, head librarian, if you're not too busy. I'd appreciate it if you could come too. It's no exaggeration to say that he was the one who established Songlin City.
Alright, let's go. Husbandry and agriculture. As he gazes upon the scorched landscape, he realizes that he is in the midst of a dream. This desolate terrain has haunted him for most of his life. He had grown so accustomed to it that sometimes it is hard to distinguish whether it is his nightmare or an old friend. The earth, the arid earth. He squats down and gently cups the fragments of soil, treating it with a tenderness akin to that of a lover. Yet the sand slips through his fingers, eluding his grasps. He trembles helplessly. Oh, Bodhisattva. Oh, Bodhisattva. Oh, Bodhisattva. Oh, Bodhisattva. When will you finally bring your salvation to this land? He sighs repeatedly, offering his prayers time and time again. In response, carried by the wind, comes the cry of a child. As always, the sound awakens him from his slumber.
Huh? Isn't this place...
What's the matter, Scene? Have you been here before? Why do you look surprised too, head librarian? Could it be that you have...
I know this place. As the door slowly opens, I see the face of the old man whom I encountered several nights ago. It has only been a few days, but Nong Yi appears to have aged significantly. His grizzled hair has become thin and dull, resembling withered cattails in winters. His gaze seems somewhat disoriented, as if he had just awakened from a nap.
King? And you?
Mr. Nong, do you know Head Librarian?
Well, it's a long story, but in simple terms, it's fate. Well, it's a long story, but in simple
So that's how it is. I apologize for any inconvenience caused by Scene and Head Librarian.
They kept him saying it twice. Wait. See this mistake?
Well, it's a long story, but in simple terms, it's fate. Well, it's a long story, but in simple terms, it's fate.
See that? They left a voice line there that repeats itself. Xing looks at me solemnly and continues speaking.
Please allow me to reintroduce him. This is the founder of Songlin City and the first director of the Bureau of Husbandry and Agriculture, Mr. Nong Zi.
Nong Ti casually waves a hand.
No need to be so formal. I had enough of official talk long before retiring. Don't stand at the door, just come inside.
Mr. Nong, this is a soil sample that was delivered yesterday. It was specifically sent to you from the Grand Monument.
Oh, I've been waiting for this a long time. Let me see. The particle size and composition appear to be correct. It's exactly the soil sample I've been searching for.
What exactly is this, old man? It's not actual moon soil, is it? Are you really planning to use it for farming?
Mind your manners, Scene.
Of course, it's not real moon soil. They only obtained a small amount of moon soil from the Lunar Exploration Program, and even the research institutes don't have enough to share. It would be far too extravagant for an old man like me to indulge in such a luxury. This is an imitation of moon soil, created by synthesizing earth minerals based on characteristics of actual moon soil. Apart from the different origins, the two are essentially identical. And yes, it's indeed used for farming. One day, humans will inhabit the moon and even planets beyond it. Although we may not live long enough to witness that day, future generations will. As their predecessors, it is our responsibility to ensure an ample food supply for their journey.
The announcement about seeking refuge in the city was made long ago, Mr. Nong, and most residents in the outskirts have already retreated to the city before the situation worsened. Why are you still here?
Huh?
Well, because I haven't finished the task at hand. I have a small lab at the back of this house for space cultivation. The temperature and humidity inside simulate the conditions of a moon base. Unfortunately, I can't replicate lunar gravity, but that can't be helped. I've selected several crops that may be suitable for growing on the moon, hoping that some of them will meet their production needs of lunar bases in the future. I have planted rice in all the previous moon soil samples. However, none of the crops have sprouted yet.
I understand. Your determination remains steadfast as always, but I wonder if your health allows for such dedication?
Well, don't worry about that. All old men like me are racing against time, and that is why I must push myself as far as I can.
Since this is your wish, we will no longer trouble you.
Not so fast. You've been busy all this time. Are you hungry now?
He cares for us like a parent.
Nothing is more important than having enough food. Come and have a meal.
Xing remains silent for a while before eventually nodding. Even as an imperial executive, she simply cannot refuse the genuine hospitality of an elder. The aroma of rice soon fills the small room. Come to think of it, this is the second time I have had a meal here. Nongyi is still busy in the kitchen.
Is it ready yet?
Excuse me.
Is it ready yet? My stomach is growling.
Be patient, Scene.
Don't be so strict, Ching. I rarely have a chance to talk to young folks like Little Sing. You have never experienced famine, and you don't know how terrible hunger can be.
You're right. Excuse me, Mr. Nong. Head Librarian and I will step outside for some fresh air.
Outside the house.
Feel free to ask whatever you want. You seem to have a lot of questions, and that's why I brought you out, too.
I hesitate for a moment. Xing seems to understand the reason for my hesitation.
I believe you've heard a lot about the terrible famine in the western region during your journey, right?
Even though everyone who mentioned it tried to speak in the calmest way possible, that is precisely what made me realize that it is a wound that has not fully healed. I don't have the right to pry into someone's affairs directly.
It's not something to be avoided, actually. It's just that I didn't find a good time to tell you about it.
Xing lets out a long sigh.
The famine occurred about 15 years ago.
Oh? Oh, Wuxi Part 2. Wuxi Part 2. Continuing. Alright. Now it's the miserable part, I think, yeah? The boy's sweet dream was abruptly shattered. In the following year, an unprecedented natural catastrophe struck the land. Throughout the entire western region, not a single drop of rain fell during the spring, resulting in a prolonged drought. By the time summer arrived, the soil had become dry and loose, and even the most resilient crops could not survive in the harsh environment. The cracked yellow soil was inhospitable, unable to nurture even the smallest seedling of the tiniest insect. Even the resilient trees gradually succumbed to the relentless sandy winds. The inhabitants of this region were all acquainted with the inevitable consequences. Drought, crop failure, and famine allowed as a result. If the next year followed the same pattern, it would become a catastrophe. Countless accounts in books have described such disasters, which have occurred repeatedly throughout history. The barren land would be filled with starving people. After consuming the last grain of rice, they would resort to gnawing on tree barks and soil until their bodies could no longer bear the weight, eventually collapsing and turning into dust. Eventually, the entire tragedy will be summarized in a simple line. In the year XXX, a great famine struck the western region. Then this page of history will be casually turned over. Only by personally traversing the mountains that separated the western region from the eastern parts of Xi'an could one truly comprehend the weight carried by a mere page of history. Thousands of lives and the immeasurable suffering they endured were condensed into a few lines within the Imperial History Pavilion in the distant Xinyu city. Wuxi, Wuxi. Only flowers, not a single fruit. His parents sighed as they beheld the dried soil in the field. He stood in the field, observing his father's stooped back, which resembled an old tree. The first thought that entered his mind was the life about to be born from his mother's womb. The remaining grain in the rice vat would sustain the family for only the current year. By the time the baby is born, there would likely be nothing left but rice bran to boil in the pot. Grain husk, rice bran, a peanut shell. While terrible tasting, these things are still edible. However, what would happen if even those provisions were exhausted? Tree barks, leaves, and then, eventually, soil. Was there such a cruel world awaiting her when she opened her eyes? The boy closes his eyes, choosing not to dwell on such a future. As time slipped away, joy transformed into sorrow. Instead of the sweet rain that nurtures all life, the first thing to touch this land was the tears of a newborn baby. When the girl's cry echoed throughout the room, there was no joy on the face of the father sitting outside the door, but only a long sigh escaped his lips. The profound sorrow within the father's heart seemed to linger in the air, like chick smoke. Reluctant to dissipate, it wrapped around everyone's hearts, becoming an invisible shackle. When the midwife walked out with the newborn girl in her arms, the father beheld her flushed face, unsure of what to say.
What will be
her name? The aged midwife requested, carried in a hint of hesitation. The father's face twitched. Despite his obvious effort, his lips failed to curl into a smile. He tenderly held the fragile life in his hands, his voice surrounding like a piece of rice paper dropped in water. Though soft, his words seemed on the verge of crumbling.
Jiahua. Let's call her Jiahua.
It was a long time before the boy finally grasps the meaning behind her name. Trumpet Creeper. Jiahua. Trumpet Creeper blooms yellow hue aglow. Yet my heart's burdened with sorrow's woe. Leaves of green grace the creeper's vine. Had I known life's path, I'd decline. Starlet's gentle caress on famished souls, yet the flowers' nutrients cannot make them whole. If I had known my life would be like this, I wouldn't have chosen to come into this world. After giving birth to Tiaohua, her mother's health deteriorated. The harsh environment took its toll. Despite the family's best efforts, the frail woman could produce only a few drops of milk. The baby girl gradually grew paler, and the distressed woman held her close, overcome with tears. Why did she have no choice but to witness the decline of this beloved life? One afternoon, while his mother was in deep sleep, his father placed Tiaohua into his arms. The traveling merchant hasn't gone too far away. Although his father's words were brief, he immediately understood their meaning. The boy stared at his father in astonishment, while his father simply closed his eyes. Cradling his sister, the boy felt an intangible noose silently tightening around his neck. It was as if time had frozen, leaving the world in shades of gray. It wasn't until his sister's hunger broke the stillness that the subtle sound awakened him and the world resumed its motion. The boy suddenly realizes that he was holding his sister in his arms, some distance away from home. He gazed blankly at the path ahead, a path he had traveled alone countless times. The boy had envisioned accompanying his sister on this road countless times before, watching her grow from a toddler into a beautiful lady. And now, he felt as though he was shattering the future with his own hands. The collision between his hopeful vision and the harsh reality tore at his thought and soul. The boy lowered his head, allowing the noose around his neck to tighten, and looked at his baby sister. Hungry, her tiny hands reached out into emptiness, searching for her mother's breast. Out of compassion, the boy reached out and gently clasped her tiny fist. The baby stared at him for a long time. Just when the boy thought she might cry, she babbled and grinned instead. Oh my god, I'm about to cry, bro! Oh my god, bro! The boy remained frozen in place for a long time. For a very, very long time. Then he smiled back. As he... Oh my god, stop, bro! I need to read, bro. I'm breaking... Oh my god, this is just sad, bro. As he laughed, the boy noticed a few drops of moisture on top Tiaohua's face. Was it raining? He looked up in ecstasy, but all he saw was the empty expanse of the sky, devoid of every single cloud. The liquid trickled down his cheek. Then it dawned on him that it was not long expected sweet rain. It was tears welling up in his eyes. Oh man. Oh, man, this is just painful. Holding his sister tightly, the boy ran towards their home. His laughter resonated loudly, while his tears streamed down his face. It was autumn. The setting sun emanated and sanguine hue. As he was returning home, it felt like an exodus. The new spring arrived, but the chill surpassed that of winter. Spring's neck, so short, lacks warmth embrace. Crops, they struggle neath cold's icy chase. His father sat upon the ridge of the field, softly humming to the dry, cracked soil. Beginning of spring, rainwater, awakening of insects, vernal equinox, fresh green and grain. In the following year, in the western region, not a single drop of rain fell. Solar terms associated with rain and water brought no sweet showers. When autumn came, the harvest failed to materialize. On the parched land, the withered grass and leaves were as yellow as the people's faces. Perhaps the only solace in this living hell was the innocent smile of the girl. The impoverished family had entrusted their best hopes to their young daughter. Although she managed to grow up, she remained as frail as when she was an infant, akin to a withering sapling. However, the girl rarely shed tears, as if she had exhausted them all the day of her birth. She neither cried nor fused nor fussed. I'm tearing up, bro. I'm trying to read, man. Exuding a quiet and well-behaved demeanor that tugged at his heartstrings. Perhaps because her older brother had absorbed all the nourishments from his mother, Tiaohua had been frail and sickly since childhood. His mother began teaching Tiaohua to read and write, and the girl proved to be a quick learner, surpassing all the boys. Once Tiaohua pointed to a word in her book, wanting to know its pronunciation, her mother paused for a moment, but did not pronounce the word in the end. He went to see the word Tiaohua was pointing to. It was satiety. From a certain point, he started hearing a sound that came from everyone's stomach, resembling the whimper of a beast. It felt as if a tiny beast was scratching inside everyone's stomach, demanding food. Everything will be better the next spring. That is what his father said, and it was what neighbors comforted each other with. However, once again, the following spring arrived without a single drop of rain. How long did the prolonged drought persist? How long did their futile hope endure? And when did he become numb to everything? Tears were long forgotten, just like the rain. With his basket empty, the boy walked barefoot on his way home. The gravel under his feet brought pain, but not nearly as intense as that of the beast clawing at his stomach. The wind rustled throughout the boy's hair, so he raised his eyes. Surprisingly, there was not a single intact tree alongside the path back home. All trees within thousands of miles have been stripped bare. Suddenly, he heard a voice not far away. He turned back and unexpectedly locked eyes with the person sitting under a tree. The boy hesitated to describe the person as a man because his eyes had an unsettling gleam when he saw the boy. The weeds and bark were no longer enough to satisfy the hunger within that man's stomach. As the man dropped the weeds he was carrying, the boy took a step back. He heard the growling of hunger. Only it was no longer a small beast. It was a ravenous brute that had devoured humanity. The man relentlessly pursued the boy, following close behind. The boy could not recall how he made it home. All he knew was that from that day forward, his father forbade them from going outside. The rice vat became a barricade blocking the front door at night. When boredom struck, he and Tiaohua would press against the door, peering at the outside world through the narrow slit. In their limited view, there appeared to be fewer people than before, perhaps because everyone was staying at home. The night became restless. Occasionally, a distant fire would illuminate the village, accompanied by the shouts of strangers. In those moments, his father would gather his family together. His mother would shield Tiaohua and the boy with her arms, while his father would stand at the front door like a silent guardian, clutching a pitchfork. The pitchfork never left his father's side. What happened next? That fateful night would forever be etched in his memories. And that night, his mother slept in the cellar with him, holding Tiaohua in her arms. In the dead of night, footsteps from above reverberated throughout the cellar, pacing directly overhead. Then he heard his father's voice. First a conversation, then an angry shout, followed by a plea. Finally, the cellar door swung open and his father stepped inside, locking eyes with his mother.
Send her away. She's still young. Perhaps she can find enough to eat out there. If we had sent her away back then, she wouldn't have had to suffer all these years.
With tears in her eyes, his mother held Tiaohua over to his father. Tiaohua rubbed her sleepy eyes in confusion, unaware of her impending fate in that moment. The boy, however, clung desperately to his father's leg, his fingertips reaching out to reach the corner of Tiaohua's clothes, resembling a dog that has had its spine stepped on. Momentarily taken aback, his father forcefully kicked him away. In that instant, both saw profound grief reflected in the other's eyes. The boy did not retract his hand, and his father did not relent. After the stranger left, their home became even more desolate. His mother fell silent, no longer speaking or shedding tears. Then the dog, with his broken spine, lay motionless on the ground, emitting hoarse cries. Holy shit, that made me tear up. Oh my god, that was... Wow. Okay, moving on. I can't, man. My kokoro cannot take heavy shit, okay? I am weak against heavy shit. Anyways, back to the present. Damn, bro. Don't tell me there is a part 3. That shit was horrible as is. I think there is a part 3. Sower. Oh, we're finally meeting Sower. Okay. It is a scar that had not fully healed. Although it no longer bleeds, its impact still lingers.
Countless horrifying things occurred during that era. The newborn Xian was frail, and it took nearly 3 years for its people to overcome that famine. True, as Mr. Nong mentioned, I didn't personally experience that catastrophe, but there were many refugees from the western region in Songlin City at the time, and they were sensitive to the word famine. Actually, Xin, she was one of them. Fortunately, many of them managed to survive.
Xing's clear eyes reflect my face.
What have you witnessed along the way, head librarian?
I hope this kid will grow up in a better world. Do you think it will?
I've traveled over 8 million kilometers in my life, so traveling a few thousand kilometers at the last minute is no big deal.
Once we heard about the orders from the Grand Monument, we packed up our stuff and came here, hoping we could lend a hand.
We have the most resilient people in this world. No matter how much they suffer, they never fail to rise again and continue onward, enduring their wounds.
I think I understand what you mean. Moving forward, never stopping.
Songlin City is a relatively young city. It took us 5 years to develop into the granary of Xian. In the future, there will undoubtedly be thousands of granaries like Songlin City built on this land, providing shelter even for the poorest people.
Is this why you hold Mr. Nong in high regard?
It's not just me. The entire Songlin City, as well as the people of Xian, hold Mr. Nong in high regard. As I mentioned earlier, it's no exaggeration to say that he was the one who established Songlin City. He personally experienced the famine in the western region and conceived the idea of Songlin City. He dedicated his life to building the city. His dream was to ensure that no one in Xian's borders would ever go hungry again. He introduced new types of rice and innovative farming methods, and under his leadership as the director of the Bureau of Husbandry and Agriculture, the centralized agricultural system gradually took shape.
He's indeed an extraordinary man.
Undoubtedly. As a result, everyone calls him by a revered title, the Sower. This title originates from Jisha, the first emperor of Xian and the ancestor of agriculture. It's used to honor those who have made significant contributions to agriculture, as if they were the reincarnation of Jisha.
So it was him. He is part of Nemesis. Damn, bro. That's sad. He sounds like a good person, but what happened? Why is he so desperate to work with villains, really? He appears quite elderly.
Yeah, you're right. His health has been deteriorating lately. The government has repeatedly urged him to relocate to the city, not only for security reasons, but also to provide him with easier access to medical care. Although it's never been explicitly stated, there is genuine concern in case one day...
Wait a moment. The conversation...
about seeking refuge in the city
boy.
was made long ago,
It
Mr.
does
Nung.
skip itself.
And most residents in the outskirts have already retreated to the city before the situation worsened. Why are you still here?
This conversation suddenly triggers a memory buried deep within my mind.
My name is Wusha, and I'm one of the vigilantes here.
Is something troubling you, head librarian?
No, it's just a small doubt.
Please don't hesitate to share it.
Do you have vigilante squads patrolling the farmlands on outskirts of Xiangling City?
Vigilante squads? Do you mean patrol squads organized by the residents themselves? Of course not. Even we found those contaminated animals to be a challenge. Neither Weisha nor the government would ever allow ordinary people to face them.
Uh-oh. I see. Something seems off. If Weisha doesn't have vigilante squads, who exactly is the young man who saved my life in the first place?
Wait, let's pause our conversation here. Something stranger is happening. The water vapor is gathering.
As Xing speaks, a significant amount of water vapor appears out of nowhere and quickly thickens, become invisible. Numerous shadows emerge from the depth of the cellular vapor.
Step back, head librarian.
We fight. Let's go. What? Wushi.
Who's there?
Wushi. Please stop. You're not a bad person, bro. Neither you or Sorrow. What, he can change his age at will or something? Because that looked like a young man previously, you know?
You look very prepared. Are you the one behind those animal attacks?
Yes, he is. But under someone else's orders.
Crushing horses and fire. Coward! Crushing horses and fire. You've finally shown yourself. Good. Let's have a go at it.
The cancer. They should really fix that, man. Where is he? Oh shit! Bro, he's huge! What the hell, bro?
Forgive all fire is burning.
Stop moving too much. I can't really control my camera and aim at you at the same time, bro. I have to like hold the mouse button for that.
Forgive all things. The fire is burning.
Holy. Okay. Should chill, bro.
No room for error.
Stop. Crushing
Damn, bro. Oh, whoa, whoa.
Stop right there!
A red figure chases a black shadow disappearing from our sight. The black figure is eerily familiar, reminding me of the person who attacked Zero and me, but also what the person's named.
Zane, my waist badge.
A response from Sheen can be heard from distance.
I know.
Aren't you going after the attacker?
Do you expect me to leave you and Mr. Nong unprotected?
Nong Yi's puzzled voice comes from behind the door.
What's happening? I just finished cooking. Where is Sin?
Cheng leans against the door.
It's nothing, Mr. Nong. Please don't come out.
The old man behind the door remains silent, as if he has realized something.
I apologize for this interruption, but we must leave to handle an emergency.
Damn, bro. Damn, bro. Not cool, man. Not cool. Not cool. Oh. Sheen by herself? Okay, sure, I guess.
Retaliate!
Ah, we're just in a chase scene. Okay.
I'll smash through everything in our way! Retaliate!
Hello? Break.
Retaliate!
Bro, he's controlling them.
Wow.
Holy! Run, run. No, that's not what I wanted to do. There. Shit, shit, shit! Move, move, move! Oh my god, bro. Come on. Oh my god, stop running like that, bro. Holy shit, bro doubles his speed when I get close.
Don't even think about running away from me! Haven't you had enough of this nonsense? Stop right now! Lightning speed!
The dark figure dissipates on the other side of the dense vapor. Ching clenches her arms or fist or whatever. Ching clenches her teeth, reluctantly watching the figure depart. Xing walks silently along the way. I also remain silent, mulling over all the encounters I have had since arriving in Qian. Gradually, vague guesses turn into certainties. Inside Weishi.
Ching, the head librarian seems to have something to say.
About the person who attacked you back then. I believe I know who he is. I tell Xing about the encounter I had when I first arrived.
Immediately contact the Bureau of Employment and Social Support and Bureau of Civil Security to search for individuals matching the description.
Found him. Wuxi, born in the western region. He lost his parents at a young age and was later adopted. After that, he moved from place to place, before finally settling in Sanglin City. According to the records from both departments, he is a model citizen with no criminal record. He pays all taxes and social insurance on time, maintains good credit, and holds a stable job. Based on these records alone, he seems to be an honest man of hard fortune, and there appears to be little reason to suspect him. Wuxi has a younger sister, who is his only living relative. I checked, and it seems that his sister is seriously ill and has been receiving medical treatment in a hospital. His sister's background is similar to his own, as they were both adopted at a young age. The only difference is that his sister is unable to work due to her illness and relies on Wuxi to cover her medical expenses.
Who adopted Wuxi? Do we have any information about their identity?
The adopter's information is encrypted and currently inaccessible. It was a closed adoption, so the records remain confidential.
Let's use our authority to override the encryption.
I'm on it. Wait, this is strange. Even we don't have the clearance?
Yeah, it's the old man.
It seems that this adopter is someone of significance. If we want to investigate further, we will need higher level clearance from the Wellbeing Office, or Master Yuan Chuan himself.
Is it possible to track his movements using the surveillance system of the Bureau of Civil Security?
Certainly. The surveillance system indicates that he leads a regular life, primarily commuting between his residence and workplace. Every few days, he visits his sister in the hospital, and the timing matches the records provided by the Bureau of Health and Welfare. Wait, the records show another place he frequents.
Where is it?
Outside Sanglin City, near the Granger River. It's the residence of Mr. Nong Ji.
Could it be that these records are forged?
A herd figure rushed into the hall.
No, they are not forged. I have seen that guy once, in front of that old man's house.
Sheen's stare holds a bit of viciousness.
I'm sorry, I lost him. It's my fault. I haven't retrieved your waist badge either. I'll definitely go for his throat next time.
Is this something important?
Well, it is important because it represents my authority as the Secretary of the Bureau of Oversight and Integrity. However, it's just a waist badge after all, and a badge alone cannot do much. All changes to government orders now have to be reviewed and approved by the Bureau of Oversight and Integrity before they can be authorized. Therefore, my authority is only used for the necessary step of confirmation, and having it on its own is of no use. Moreover, as much as I hate to believe so, The primary suspect for the manipulation seems to be Mr. Nongji himself. Both accidents I had with head librarian happened near his residence. Furthermore, all the people involved are from Emian and Weisha. This can't be dismissed as a mere coincidence. By the way, what's the name of Wuxia's sister?
Her name is Tianhua. She suffers from a chronic disease that currently has no cure. Her condition worsened in the early spring of this year, and the doctor predicted she wouldn't survive the summer. However, her condition has unexpectedly improved recently. Wait, could it be?
Yep.
Because of the Cerulean
Bingo! That's why he doesn't want it to go away, because his sister could live. Yep. Now everything starts to make sense. I already knew it, but I just realized it. When the name Tianhua is mentioned, Xin shows a hint of surprise on her face, but she remains silent. Unaware of Xin's unusual reaction, Qing begins to issue orders.
Xin, mobilize manpower to monitor various regions in the city and search for Wuxia. Also, assign someone to keep an eye on his sister at the hospital. As for the outskirts, I'm afraid I'll have to ask you and Zero to monitor that area, head librarian.
Zero appears by my side before I realized it. Although her face is still pale, she doesn't appear as frail as before. Zero! I missed you. Understood.
What are you waiting for, Xin? Hurry up!
Did you just say his sister's name is Tianhua?
Yeah? Why? What's up?
Oh, it's nothing. I'm leaving.
She knows her. She definitely knows her. She knows her. Whoop whoop. The Harvest Festival. The wilderness in his dream is covered with a thin layer of dry grass. He starts walking on the scorched earth. The road ahead is full of bumps, and he struggles. Sometimes he wonders whether it is land, its people, or even the air itself that is sick. Tired, exhausted. However, he is unable to stop. Occasionally he looks up at the red sun hanging far away in the eastern sky. He puts his hand together. Oh, Bodhisattva. Oh, Bodhisattva. Are you seeing it? In this place? Someone is suffering the greatest pain. Someone is enduring the deepest misery. Oh, Bodhisattva. Oh, Bodhisattva. As he looks back, tears fall from the corner of his eyes. The drops fall on a dry plant, moisturing its branch and leaves. And then, a hint of green quietly flourished. Flourished, right? Right? Yes? Flourishes. Okay. When he wakes up from his dream, he feels the wetness in the corner of his eyes. Fortunately, our second visit did not bother Nongyi. Even when I requested to stay overnight, he did not refuse.
I've been having trouble sleeping these days. You know, people tend to think about nonsense when they get older. Now that you're willing to stay here with me, of course I'm happy to have you.
Only a day has passed and he looks even more worn out. His body appears emaciated, and his beard and hair are dry, resembling the wick of a lamp that has been burning for a long night and is about to extinguish. It is hard to fathom what has been sustaining him as he dedicated himself to his research. Neither Zero nor I say anything. According to Xing's conclusion, the old man in front of us is the culprit responsible for the current state of the city. However, I cannot help but question it. For some reason, I feel strong resistance to this theory.
Are you hungry? Let's have lunch together. I've reheated the cold meal from yesterday.
We left in a hurry that day, and the feast Nongyi prepared remained untouched. Now he has reheated it and brought it to the table. Nongyi serves me a bowl of rice. Just as I am about to accept it, Zero takes the bowl and starts digging in. Her movements are graceful and composed, yet incredibly fast, and she finishes the bowl in an instant.
You must be starving. Don't worry, there's plenty more.
Thank you. It's delicious.
Nongyin smiles with joy and turns to serve me more food. Zero glances at me and whispers softly so only we can hear.
Rest assured, the food is safe.
I knew that was the case. After we finish the meal, The room returns to its previous tranquility. Mr. Nong, I wonder where the Harvest Festival started. I tried to strike up a conversation.
Harvest Festival? Well, actually, it was just around 10 years ago. It's not like the traditions of Qian. And it wasn't initially intended as a festival.
Huh?
Soon after the famine in the Western region broke out, the Well-Being Office started the project to expand the Western Path to ensure the smooth transportation of supplies. I remember clearly that the last bridge on the Western Path was completed in the fall, and the entire line was finished and opened for traffic on the autumn equinox. Songlin City was also established that year. The first grain train departed from Songlin Station, delivering freshly harvested rice and wheat to the Western region. At that time, I thought such a significant event deserved a celebration, so I organized a small ceremony before the train departed. But when the announcement was published in the newspaper, the number of attendees far exceeded my expectations. It was only later that I realized many of the people who were working in Songlin City at the time used to be refugees, fleeing from the Western region. Although it was already the past, one's longing for one's homeland is like subtle threads, usually hidden in the depths. As soon as memories are stirred, they resurface. Residents from the Western region surrounded the station in a crowd so tight, not even a single drop of water could seep through. I understood them. Although they couldn't take the train back to their homeland, the train would bring back the food they had cultivated. Soon the children in the Western region would have their tables filled with fragrant rice and steamed bun. I heard that the train also received a grand welcome when it reached the Western region. The people wrote numerous thank you letters to us, so many that they could have buried the entire office. Many of them were pencil and crayon drawings made by children. These drawings were more beautiful than any artwork I had seen in my life. But I feel a sense of guilt, that we were too late. If only we had constructed the railroad earlier. If only we had grown rice earlier. If only we had anticipated the climate change earlier.
I don't think you can. It's the will of God.
Before the city was built, and before that train departed, I often wondered, oh Bodhisattva, when will you finally bring your salvation to this land? It's ridiculous, right? When people are pushed to their limits, they always seek something ethereal to soothe their hearts. It was only after that train departed that I finally felt relieved and realized Bodhisattva doesn't live in the sky at all. No wonder my countless prayers went unanswered. Humans, they have to become bodhisattvas themselves to bring salvation to themselves and others. Later on, people spontaneously gathered on that day to celebrate every year, and at some point, the Bureau of Culture and Tourism officially named it the Harvest Festival. I think it's a good thing. After all, it's the day when people realize that they themselves are bodhisattvas.
It is late at night. Nongyi has gone to bed. Zero and I exchange silent glances. After some amount of time has passed, I let out a sigh. I don't believe he's the culprit.
I have confidence in your judgment.
But he is, though. But still doesn't make sense. If he's not, it doesn't make sense if he's not, honestly. Oh no, wait, I can actually... Okay. Quick formation. Oh, there. Conspiracy. Time flies by. The day of the Harvest Festival has arrived.
Anything out of the ordinary?
No, the surveillance system hasn't detected anything suspicious. It seems like Wuxi has disappeared without a trace.
What's the situation on your end, head librarian?
Nothing suspicious either. A few days ago, I brazenly request to stay at Mr. Oh my god, I can't read that fast, bro. Chill. Requested to stay at Mr. Nong Ying's house. However, since then, I have not come across anyone other than Mr. Nong Ying. Not even Wu Shi. The only unusual thing is that the meals were incredibly delicious and I gained several kilograms.
I'm glad you've been enjoying yourself. What about Scene? Connect me to her. Can you hear me, Scene? What's the situation on your end?
Everything's fine. I can't see anything unusual. You got my coordinates, right? Help me with the barricades along my patrol route.
There is a box. Yes, yes, yes. I'll read it for you. Okay. The chest. Yep. Alright. Not important read. That's why I'm not reading it. Honestly. I can't be bothered to read random stuff that doesn't have anything to do with the lore and the world and the story. That is just me. Unless it's an
raise the barricades in my area.
It's an actual AAA title. I don't really care for side quests. In gacha games, I never play side quests. Like, I do play side quests, yes, but I skipped it all. Honestly, can't be bothered. It has no value other than getting rewards, honestly. That's what I think, at least. I don't think it has much value other than that.
Lightning speed!
Because it adds nothing to the story whatsoever.
Retaliate!
There to give you rewards. There we go. Chicken. Yes, that's the chicken, all right. That's the second chest. Thank you. Thank you. And we move on. I don't think there's anything of substance here. Oh boy, please, no permanent. Okay, there you go. Hello.
It's dangerous outside. Just go home and stay safe. But isn't the Harvest Festival coming up? Why won't you let us out? We're still clearing the streets and setting up the venue. Please go back and wait for further notice. I promise, the festival will happen on time.
Okay. Aight, man. Aight. A very aight moment. Now what? Oh, okay.
The fire is burning.
Huh? Is that? Attention, everyone! The
Oh.
target is on the move from Sector 6 towards Sector 5, along line Y25.
Let's go. Follow him. Follow Wu Shi. I know you're trying to help your sister, but I don't think this will not help your sister.
already on her way.
For cure for all sins.
Okay, yep, I see what am I supposed to do.
Retaliate! Damn it! We lost him again!
Scene, can you hear me? There's an emergency. Someone in the next block is under attack. I've sent you the coordinates. Go help them.
Okay, let's go. I don't think there's anything of importance here. I hope not. 2 chests, yeah? I think. Let's just keep going. Help! Wanted my help.
Storm of fear! Disperse in the storm of fear! Haven't you had enough of this nonsense? Stop right now!
There. I helped you. Now go home.
Don't you see how dangerous it is outside? Why don't you stay at home? Forget about the festival. Didn't I tell you to stay home until it starts? It's not time yet.
I'm sorry. I was just thinking if I could help clear the streets. You guys seem to be short-staffed, so I thought I could help you in my own way. By the way, I saw someone climbing onto a rooftop and heading towards the square.
Yep. That is Wu Shi, alright.
I don't know if it's a thief or what, but it seems dangerous. I mean, we're not in ancient times. Who knows?
All right, just go home already. Correction. The target has left the main road and is now moving on the rooftops. I'll stop updating the real-time location. Just follow my coordinates. This is annoying. Why is he leaping around like a rabbit? Stop right there!
There's a lot more cutscenes in this chapter. I love it. Before Chin's eyes, a vast open space expands. This is Central Square. If it weren't for the Cerulean Blight, people preparing for the festival, for the Harvest Festival, would have gathered here. In previous years, as the official opening approaches, the square would fill with crowds, flags, balloons, and smiling faces, creating a vibrant and colorful scene, much like the swaying flowers in the wilderness. However, at the moment, the square stands empty to minimize the impact of the Cerulean Blight. The Harvest Festival will be broadcast to the residents instead. Behind the square, a beautiful and elegant building stands tall, surrounded by the urban area that blooms in all directions like a lotus flower on the fertile plains. This is Nongsang Pavilion, the center and origin of Changling City, symbol of a bumper harvest. At the entrance of the square, a group of cerulean beasts that appeared alongside Wuxi now block Qin's path.
All personnel, the target is temporarily lost. The last known location is the Central Square, in front of the main entrance of the Nongsang Pavilion. All field personnel, disperse immediately and surround the Central Square. Block all roads and prevent the cerulean beast from escaping at all costs.
Nongsang Pavilion? The square in front of the Bureau of Husbandry and Agriculture? Oh, what's he doing there?
Or a better question would be, what can only be done inside Nongsang Pavilion?
Using your
Could it be related to the Central Agricultural System? That system is housed in the Nongsang Pavilion.
The system manages and monitors all farmlands throughout the entire fertile plains. According to current regulations, any changes at the system level require a proposal from the Bureau of Husbandry and Agriculture and approval from the Bureau of Oversight and Integrity before implementation. As a result, any changes would require authorization from both Director Feng and myself. Since the contamination, we have deactivated the system, and it is currently disabled.
Oh shit.
What does he want to do with the system at a time like this?
It's the director.
List all the main sub-functions of the system and see what could be used by Wuxi.
I was wrong. It was the director, wasn't it?
Functions include seeding.
I was really wrong. I thought he could grow old and become young again.
Ripening, harvesting, and husking.
As a choice, but no.
Did you just say sprinkling?
Oh
yeah.
no.
And not only that,
yep.
the city's landscape maintenance
That
devices
is
are
the dude we talked about the statue in
Overall,
previous chapter.
There are around 250,000 sprinklers distributed across the city's landscape, forests, parks, and greenbelts, all managed by the system.
Oh boy.
I understand his plan now.
Qin and her colleague exchange glances. If Wuxi reactivates the sprinkler system during the Harvest Festival, then the water from the Grandeur River will pour into Changling City. Through the 250,000 sprinklers, the water will be dispersed into every corner of the city. In that case, every 3-flower lawn will become the source of the Cerulean Blight. Cerulean water will permeate the entire city. Subsequently, everyone will be transformed into immortal monsters.
I must head to the city hall now.
Damn, bro. Yeah. I think it was the head of the husbandry and agriculture, the nemesis, one with the nemesis. I thought it was the old man that he would transform from old to young at will or something like that. But I guess I was wrong. I was really wrong, I think. We'll see. Only one way to find out. Oh, man. The unveiled truth. Finally.
Secretary Zing, please wait. What are you intending to do? As I mentioned, Director, the situation is urgent. I need you to activate the citywide broadcast immediately. But this violates the regulations, Secretary Zing. You are the Director of the Bureau of Oversight and Integrity, and you know that to activate the broadcast, you need to submit a report to the municipal government and obtain permissions beforehand.
This is not time for this.
Strictly to the regulations.
Exactly.
If the government holds us responsible, I will take full responsibility. And if you have any grievances at the time, feel free to file a complaint, and I will not contest it. All right, I'll do it. Broadcasting department, stand by. Increase transmitter power to the maximum and provide full band coverage. All other stations, suspend your programs. We will make an emergency announcement. All right, Please proceed with your statement, Secretary Tsing. Greetings, citizens. I am Xilan Tsing, the executive of the Bureau of Oversight and Integrity in the city. I apologize for interrupting your daily lives once again. Recently, we have been facing a challenging situation due to the contamination of the Grandeur River. In order to demonstrate our unwavering spirit and offer prayers for overcoming this challenge, the government has decided to advance the Harvest Festival. I fully understand the festival's significance to Songlin City, to Xiangyin region, and even to Xi'an, particularly in a difficult time like this. Therefore, I sincerely apologize to all of you once again. We have received reports that the sprinklers of the centralized agricultural system have been sabotaged. We believe that the saboteurs intend to activate the sprinkler system during the Harvest Festival today, causing the Grandeur River water to flood the city and infect all residents. Hence, we are compelled to immediately halt all scheduled activities and urge all citizens to leave public places, return home, and close all doors and windows. We have dispatched personnel to address the issue and apprehend the vandals. We will make every effort to swiftly resolve the situation and restore normalcy to everyone's lives. Until further notice, I kindly request that you refrain from going outside for the well-being and safety of your families.
Okay, that's a sound plan.
This concludes the broadcast. I can't believe something like this has happened. All directors. Wait, where's Director Feng?
Yep.
Why isn't he here?
That is our culprit.
For the past few days, I have no idea what he's been up to.
Yep.
He didn't request to leave or submit any reports.
Now we know who the hell
He probably
culprit
couldn't
is.
stay in the office and went out to the
I
field.
thought it was the old man for a second. They played me for a fool,
But
honestly.
why did he have to leave at such a critical moment? Well, never mind. We have more pressing matters to attend to. All directors, you've heard what I just said. The centralized agricultural system is under threat, so I need to know who else has direct access to the system. It seems like you already have a suspect in mind. Yes, but I don't have concrete evidence yet.
I wonder whom you suspect.
Well, Mr. Nong Ji is the former director of the Bureau of Husbandry and Agriculture. Perhaps he still has access to the central agricultural system?
Huh? You don't know Secretary Ching? Mr. Nong practically founded Songlin City, and the entire system was established during his tenure. Therefore, as a sign of respect, Songlin City has granted him the highest level of access to the system, allowing him to modify commands without any review.
What? This is the first time I've heard anything like this.
What the hell?
That happened long ago before you joined the government. Mr. Nong has been retired for many years after all.
How can you all turn a blind eye to such a significant security breach?
But Secretary Ching, we're talking about Mr. Nong.
Yeah,
He's the
so?
architect of the city. Moreover, retaining his access isn't a security breach at all. We've been relying on his expertise so
Oh
far.
my god, now I don't know, man. Who the hell is the culprit? I'm confused now. I thought I already knew, but no, I did not.
Mr. Nong has passionately dedicated himself to this city.
Oh my god, bro. Xing feels her mind trembling with this incredible revelation.
Please take a look at this photo. Instruct the Bureau of Civil Security to apprehend this man. He's the one who directly sabotaged the centralized agricultural system.
Wait, I think I've seen him before.
You've seen him?
Yeah, he looks familiar. Let me see. Oh, right. He's Director Feng's guard.
Wait, Director Feng has a guard?
Feng.
I remember him refusing the guards assigned by the Bureau of Civil Security a long time ago.
Yep. That's
I remember that too.
That's it.
It's customary for the director of the Bureau of
It is
Husbandry
Feng,
and
after all.
Agriculture to have a personal guard. But when Director Feng took office, he declined the offer.
But that doesn't make sense. I met Director Feng and this young man in front of the hospital last year. They seemed to be quite familiar with each other, so I casually asked Director Feng if the young man was a relative of his, and he said that the man was his guard. Dr. Feng answered in such a lighthearted manner that I didn't think much of it at the time.
It is Feng. Yep, that's
Why
it.
are you giving me that serious look, Secretary Ching?
Everything makes sense now. Why didn't I suspect him earlier?
Well then. Nong Yi possesses supreme authority that does not require any approval. In other words, if Nong Yi were truly the culprit, Wu Shi would not need to take away Xing's waist badge. Yep, now she has he has her badge, and the other dude, Feng, has his badge. They're gonna put it together, and bam, everything's going to go shit. The proposals that needed review from the Bureau of Oversight and Integrity are the ones submitted by the Bureau of Husbandry and Agriculture.
It's Feng Lin?
Yep.
Wait, are you saying that Feng Lin is the culprit behind this disaster?
Bingo!
The director of the Bureau of Husbandry and Agriculture personally destroyed our agricultural production and intends to infect all the citizens with a cerulean blight?
Should we arrest Feng Lin as well?
We should, but I highly doubt we'll be able to catch him in Songlin City. I know his style. If all of this is truly his plan, he must have already prepared an exit strategy. Damn it! Who the heck is he? Can you hear me, Head Librarian? Please find an excuse to step away from Mr. Nong. I have important information to share with you.
Mr. Nog is in the courtyard now.
I just left the city hall, and the situation has become clear. Wu Shi is Feng Lin's follower, and Feng Lin is the one who has been trying to undermine Songlin City.
Feng Ling, you say? The name.
Anyway,
oh my god.
I
Yep,
genuinely
this
hope
is
that
the
Xian
dude.
will leave you with unforgettable memories, just as Obed left a lasting impression on me.
The name instantly reminds me of the young man I encountered near the status that day. Yep, this is the dude. This is the dude I was talking about the status. He told us about its history and who was behind it and the immortals and all that stuff. His demeanor was gentle and his smile was comforting. Yet he is the one behind all of it? The sudden turn of events has left me feeling overwhelmed. No, I already figured something out.
Please come to me immediately. We require all the assistance we can get.
I guess MC was not wrong. Oh wow, his intuition was spot on. We're heading back now. Oh boy, this is getting more and more interesting. As the call concludes, Nong Yi returns to the house and appears slightly surprised to see us preparing to depart.
What's happening? Are you all leaving now?
Yeah, something urgent just happened.
I understand. These haven't been peaceful days. Fang Lin mentioned his intention to hold the Harvest Festival, but honestly, focusing on formalities seems inappropriate given the circumstances.
Wait, you know Feng Lin?
Indeed I do. How could I not be aware of my successor, the second director of the Bureau of Husbandry and Agriculture? He used to visit me during his free time, accompanied by his young guard. Yeah, I'm talking about Wu Shi, the man who brought you to me that day. Life here can be boring, and they were the only ones who kept me company. But you know, they seemed preoccupied with something, and whenever I asked, they evaded the topic, treating me as if I were a child.
His words leave me speechless, unsure whether I should disclose the truth to the old man. Instead, he smiles, understanding my dilemma.
Well, I'm old now, and I can't be of much help. All I can do is watch you young people running around, and it saddens me.
Please don't think that way.
Regardless, I still hope I can be of some assistance, even if it's just a little. I won't press for details. I assume you've been instructed to keep them confidential, so I won't make things difficult for you. Here, take this.
Oh, his top security thingy. Oh my god. What's this?
It's an authentication token for accessing the centralized agricultural system.
The highest level degree.
The younger generation looks up to me and has entrusted me with this stuff. It's safe to say that this is the most important key in Songlin City. Although I'm not sure about your background, I know that you want to help the people here. Take it. The central agricultural system is the cultivation of my life's work, and it will undoubtedly aid you in whatever endeavor you would pursue. Just as it has served this land over the years.
Thank you, Mr. Nong.
You're welcome.
Oh man.
Now go and good luck.
I think he will instantly die after we fix the issues that's going on. Damn, bro. That's gonna be a sad moment. Honestly, I did not mind the old man. I did not see him as evil. I'm like, wow, how does that even make sense? But yeah, it did not make sense for him to be evil. Like, come on, bro. He's been acting so kind and all that. God damn, bro. I would have been so sad if he was a
I
culprit.
rarely engage in joint operations with others.
Yes. Oh boy, this is getting more and more interesting, man. I cannot hold myself back. I need to know what is gonna happen. I am crazy, bro. Pursuit, part 1. Ooh.
Mr. Nong gave you his authentication token, you said? That's the first piece of good news we have received today. Please head to the Central Square and meet up with Steen. She's already there. I believe she is currently engaged in a tough battle. Please stop Wu Shi and foil Feng Lin's wicked plan.
Okay, we go in on a trip. Alright, I don't think there are any chests in this one, yeah? I don't remember seeing it. Ah well, I'll figure it out later. For now, let's just play.
Complete insight.
Wow. Very nice.
Complete insight.
Just in case. I don't know, man. I am like that, okay? I'm what do you call it? OCD? Yeah, I have OCD, so yeah. To be the perfectionist.
Complete insight.
Oh boy, that's a big boy. Yeah, that's an evolved big boy. Holy shit.
Rule. It's the same bear that attacked us earlier. Complete insight.
Go Alien Rangers, Mighty Morphin Power Ranger. Okay.
It's heading towards the city.
We go after it. What? That's it? That was extremely short. Okay. Reminds me of the first chapter. Yeah, we're doing 2 parts in one. Yeah, we keep going, we're not stopping. And...
The bear has broken into the city.
Copy that. We've evacuated all citizens from the streets. Please stop it from causing any more damage in the city.
Ouch! That hurts, stupid thing.
Forgive all sins.
Hey, come back here. It did enough damage, I guess, yeah? Oh, the OT.
Complete insight.
Ouch, I need to heal, bro. Heal me, girl. Heal me. Do your thing. Do your healing.
Here's the heart.
Get over here. Come back here. Come back here. Where do you think you're going?
It went towards the central square.
Isn't that where we're headed? Yeah, I know what's coming. I really know what's coming. Oh, that was it. Okay, sure. Ooh, okay. United we stand.
Everyone, the head librarian of Emaon and others are heading to the central square to meet with Scene. At this moment, all our most elite members have gathered there. But even so, we must not remain idle. We will execute the backup plan. In case the system fails, we have manual switches for all the sprinklers. We must manually close all the valves for the sprinklers in the city. By doing so, even if the system reactivates the sprinklers, contaminated water will not be sprayed out.
Wait, we are supposed to manually close all the valves? Each and every one of them?
I've conducted a check of the municipal pipework, and it shows that there are approximately 250,000 valves in the city.
How the hell are you supposed to do that?
Practical at all. Master Yuan Chuan has taken a significant number of our members, and we are currently left with, let me count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
There's no need to count. I've just done so, and we have fewer than 30 people here, including myself.
This means that each one of us will have to close nearly 10,000 valves on average.
How the hell are you supposed to do that?
For us to consume all the grain in the city.
I know, and that's why I will return to the city hall and mobilize all the staff there as well.
However, even with that, it wouldn't be nearly enough. The entire government staff is just a small number, and we must also consider the members who are outside or elsewhere.
Let's not forget our philosophy of practicality. If there is no better solution, then this is the path we must take.
Understood. I will download a detailed map of the pipe network and distribute it to everyone's personal terminals.
I will assign regions to each person for responsibility.
And I will coordinate communications for each zone.
All right.
Everyone else, let's leave immediately and take action.
We go.
So, this is what happened. My colleagues, please stop what you are doing now and turn off all the sprinkler valves. Mobilize all the police, fire, emergency rescue, and other disaster relief forces.
How much time do we have left?
The culprit plans to activate the sprinklers during the Harvest Festival, so we can assume the sprinklers will be activated the moment the festival starts. Therefore, we have less than 3 hours.
Damn.
Closing 250,000 valves within 3 hours. This is totally impossible. So we're supposed to close more than 80,000 valves per hour, around 14,000 per minute, 23 per second. Even a child knows these numbers are daunting.
I understand, but every second we spend complaining about the difficulty, the danger gets that much closer to the people of Songlin City.
Hey, we never said we wouldn't help Secretary Ching. Have we ever turned a blind eye to our colleagues in distress and people in danger? We'll immediately notify all the staff to start now.
We will clear the streets to ensure smooth traffic flow.
Well, we will mobilize transportation forces to carry out the task.
We'll dispatch personnel familiar with the pipeline layout in each district as guides.
And we'll ceaselessly broadcast emergency announcements and request residents' cooperation.
All hospitals throughout the city are already operating at near full capacity, but we will find a way to distribute extra medical resources to deal with this crisis.
If you require any funds, feel free to use them, and we will handle the accounting after the crisis.
I sincerely thank you all.
You can thank us after everything settles down.
All right.
Secretary Ching, I've always wanted to tell you that while you are the backbone of the government, let's not forget that the Bureau of Oversight and Integrity is not the only department here. We might not be as capable as you, our judgment may not be as sharp, and we may seem old-fashioned and stubborn. However, we are also an integral part of the city, just like you, and the people of Chonglin City rely on us. Let's work together.
Oh my god, those were some wise words. As a sage once said, do it despite the insurmountable odds. Pour your heart and soul, undeterred by skepticism. A leader of Weishi once said, we Weishi seek nothing but the truth. We offer our utmost in every endeavor, so we won't have shame or regrets.
What's the situation on Secretary Ching's end?
Based on the feedback from our squads, the situation is far from optimistic, to say the least.
Time is running out.
We're responsible for the maintenance of the pipelines, and we understand how challenging this task is. I don't mean to discourage you at this critical moment, but seriously, there's no way to turn off all the sprinklers within 3 hours without a miracle.
Well, I have to do our best, no? Oh boy, wait. In the Spring Equinox neighborhood. Hello, Equinox Neighborhood Service Center. How can I help you today? Ah, everything's cool. Just wanted to know what's going on outside. Why are there so many cop cars and fire trucks zooming around? Sorry, but we're not sure either. Our superiors haven't given us any info. Hold up, got another call coming in. Hello, how can I help you? I saw like 5 or 6 dudes messing with the sprinklers on the street. Are they up to some sabotage or what? The government said someone is gonna attack the central agriculture system, right? We'll pass the information to our superiors. Oh, just wait a sec. Understood. We'll spread the words immediately. In the Spring Equinox's neighborhood group. Thanks for all the reports, folks. Our superiors confirmed that those workers are from the government. They are just shutting off the sprinklers valve, so no need to worry. Are those workers under my place too? But the Spring Equinox road is like 10 miles long. They ain't seriously gonna turn off all the valves, right? I mean, that's impossible, don't you think? Come on, think about it. Why would they do that if they had any other options? Something must have seriously messed up the central agriculture system. So, are we just gonna sit here and do nothing? Well, what are you suggesting then? Photo. Hey, does anyone know how many valves are there in this city? I've worked on municipal systems. While I don't have the exact count, I reckon there's gotta be at least a couple of 100,000. How many people they got in the government? Like 2,000 or 3,000 tops? When I spoke to them at the Bureau of Health and Welfare, it was clear they don't have enough manpower. So basically they can't close all the valves themselves. I'm freaking out watching from upstairs. Let's just go down and lend a hand. But the government told us not to leave our homes. Then you can stay cooped up at home at all you want. I bet your barbecue biz will thrive when the contaminated water sprays all over the city. I agree. If we help them now, all we need to do is close the valves. But if they fail, we'll have to hold our breath. Whatever. I'm heading out. People are trying to help. I'm already down here helping them shut off the valves. They're grateful for the assistance, and it's clear they're short-staffed. Do you really think they care if we go out or not? Just join us and let us a hand. In the Spring Equinox Neighborhood Group. Just contacted all residents of building number 5, and everyone has agreed to help shut off the valves. Building number 15 is on it too. Count us in. Building number 9 and building number 21 is on board too. We're heading out now. Anyone wants to join us? Come along. In the Grain Rain Neighborhood Group. I'm not staying put. I'm heading downstairs. Count me in too. If anyone wants to tag along, just let me know and we'll team up. Hey, where's the dude who said he worked in municipal construction? Show us the valve blueprint and teach us how to shut them down. Sure thing. I'm uploading the blueprints right now. Give me a second.
My subordinates just reported a new development. Check this out, my friends.
The surveillance screen of the Bureau of Civil Security is displayed in front of all directors, actually. The previously empty streets are now filled with people. The residents of the entire Xiangling city spontaneously flood the streets, quickly surging from dozens to hundreds of thousands.
Municipal government, this is Xing. This is not quite what I expected. Should we take the blame for not effectively telling the residents to stay put? No, not at all. It's my fault. I've forgotten the most powerful force within Songlin City.
The number of valves closed is soaring now. So many residents have stepped out to close the valves in their neighborhood.
Awesome. Let's go.
Looks like we will make it. Secretary Cheung, more than 96% of all valves have been closed. Even if a few remain open, the damage won't be severe.
Amazing.
Tiang, we've received an emergency communication. It's from the head librarian of Emeon.
Oh, right. How's it going with Xin and the others? Did they manage to stop Wuxia?
That was an awesome chapter, man. Power in people. Wait, that was it? This is the end of it? No way. What? Come on, bro. That's too short, bro. Come on, bro. Oh, damn, bro. Ah, well. These what these. Alright, let's get this over with. I'm probably gonna jump directly into chapter 6 so I can upload them like simultaneously the first day and the second day. Obviously, I'm just gonna upload them whole. So, yeah, there's that. Pie. All Weishe and government staff are busy closing all the valves.
Don't keep me waiting next time.
I'm sorry.
Mr. Nong has given us permission to forcibly shut down all the sprinklers.
That's great, but before that, we need to deal with this obstacle.
Okay, I have to play properly because I just can't, man. It's uncomfortable to play with a keyboard. I use my phone to do my dailies, so it's way more convenient, and I play at 60 frames just fine. But in here, it feels well, lacking, to say the least. Right, I gotta get a bit serious. I will not be talking much because, well, we need to focus. Don't want to lose this.
Forgive all sins. Forgive all Complete insight.
Oh my god, whoa! I can't. What the hell? It froze you. Holy shit, that shit freezes you. Gotta be careful.
Complete insight. Full. Fluttering wings. Full. Complete insight.
Hello? I can't move. Oh shit. Yeah, see, I was gonna stop recording. Holy shit, I was gonna misclick. Holy shit, what the hell happened? What did I do? What the hell did I do? I didn't stop recording though. That's a good thing, but I changed the landscape? Oh my god, what did I do? I messed it up. God damn. Wait, let me fix it. Sorry about that. I think this should be fine. Oh, what the hell did I do to this? Oh my god. Well, at least it's recording. Okay, anyway, I'll fix it later. Chin attempts a fatal blow with her lance, but it is halted midway by Wushi's bear companion. In that moment, the lance pierces through the only part of the giant bear's neck not covered in bones. The giant bear thuds to the ground. Wushi freezes, staring blankly at his fallen companion.
Now, go!
Seizing the opportunity, Zero pulls me along and we rush towards Non-Sung pavilion from the side. Before entering the pavilion, I instinctively glance back at Wushi and Shin, who are still facing each other. Wushi also happened to look back at us. Our eyes met for a split second before parting. His calm gaze, like the sky hidden behind layers of clouds, reveals no glimmer of light. A sense of suspicion arises within me. Not him. After seeing Wushi has seized his attack. Oh my god, what the hell did I do to my recording? Damn, bro, I messed it up. I think it's still recording fine. I don't know. Oh boy, what am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing, bro. Anyways, it should, oh shit. Well then, I'll just leave it for now. Seeing that Wushi has seized his attacks, the red-haired girl quickly changes her direction and retreats towards Non-Sung Pavilion.
You're Tiahua's brother, right?
Convinced that Wushi no longer poses a threat, Shin puts away her lance.
I understand why you're doing this, but you can't. You can't leave everyone without food.
After saying that, she enters Non-Sung Pavilion without looking back. Okay, I fixed the recording thingy. Oh my god, bruh. I messed it up because of the mouse, because I have to keep holding the mouse so I can look around with the camera. So I went into my other screen and I messed up the thing. I'm glad at least it didn't stop recording. Okay. Anyways, gradually the gate of Non-Sung Pavilion opens. Sorry about that.
Visitor. Please state the purpose of your visit.
Where is the centralized agricultural system?
I don't understand your question. You are already within the central agricultural system. How may I assist you?
We need to change the system settings.
High security level request detected. Please identify yourself immediately.
Identify myself? Does this badge count?
Access granted. Please issue the command.
So this is it?
If you are referring to authorization, yes, it is complete.
Tell us where to change the system settings.
It seems this is your first visit here. This centralized agricultural system has long abandoned traditional methods of interaction. While I can understand most verbal commands, if you prefer the traditional input method, I can guide you to the console.
No need. Just deactivate all sprinklers in the city.
Failed to execute the command. All sprinklers have been deactivated since Director Feng Lin and Secretary Ching adjusted the system settings last time. No commands have been issued to reactivate them.
No one has reactivated them, you say? Are you sure about that?
Affirmative. All 252,017 valves in the city are closed. Would you like to modify the configuration to reactivate them? However, 250,039 of those valves have been manually closed. The manual lockout must be lifted before the system can assume control.
No, that's not necessary. Just leave them closed as they are.
Understood. The sprinkler subsystem will remain on standby.
Zero and I exchange a glance.
Wisher has not activated the sprinkler system at all.
I instinctively gaze at the sky outside the window. Although it is still midday, the sky has dimmed to an almost nighttime hue. Thick clusters of clouds conceal the sun, pressing down heavily. At that moment, I suddenly realized why Wuxi displayed no sign of panic and Zero and I approached Nongsang Pavilion. Simultaneously, I finally grasped a situation even more dire than the activation of the city-wide sprinklers. Now I finally get it. We must contact Qing immediately.
Tian, we've received an emergency communication. It's from the head librarian of Emeon.
Oh, right. How's it going with Scene and the others?
They asked me to inform you that Wuxia didn't activate the sprinkler system at all.
What did you say? Then what was the purpose of all this?
And the head librarian said that all residents of the city must go back home immediately.
It was all a distraction. That was not his goal at all. Wuxi does not pursue them. He casts his gaze downwards, towards the giant bear lying beside him. The heavily injured bear struggles on the ground, attempting to rise, blood gushing from its throat. Wuxi squats beside it, gently putting the back of its neck, comforting his old friend. Well, his only friend.
Take a break, P.
P, not Pi. Okay. In response to his touch, the giant bear emitted a low, plaintive whimper resembling a bear cub.
Master, I don't know if I'm doing the right thing or not.
Follow my heart, right? Clearly, he cherishes his sister deeply, and he desperately wishes to prevent her from leaving. However, he hesitated, both in terms of the strangers and the city itself. At that moment, Pai ceases whimpering, and Wuxi gazes upwards, as if he is sensing something. Several raindrops abruptly land on his face and into P's mouth. He closes his eyes. If only this rain could fall in that spring over 10 years ago. How wonderful it would have been. Wuxi, part 3. Okay. Now we get the full story, yeah? Okay. I'm ready for it to... Wuxi, part 3. Like sand slipping through his fingers, the day arrived when the rice vat finally emptied. Unexpectedly, his father offered a rare smile and beckoned him to the yard beneath the withered tree, where they began to dig into the soil together. Soon a jar was unearthed. It held the Huangyu produced in Yangying region, a fine brew made from fermented brown sugar and glutinous rice. It was the maiden rose exchange for a calf a few years ago. He had never eaten glutinous rice or tasted brown sugar, so he didn't understand the purpose of digging it up now. However, a sense of relief appeared on his father's face, almost like a smile.
Fortunately, we still have this wine.
His father gently ran his hand over the jar, his expression softening. For a brief moment, it seemed as though his father was not caressing a wine jar, but rather the girl who had left home long ago. His eyes were tender and gentle, momentarily causing the boy to forget the hardship he had endured over the years, as if he had traveled back to the day they had buried the jar several years ago.
Good wine, like good food, can satisfy your hunger. Tell your mom to prepare some bowls.
Upon hearing that, they still had a jar of wine. His mother's face lit up with joy.
Yes, thankfully we still have this jar of wine. Go and fetch some bowls.
His mother affectionately touched his head and spoke in a gentle voice. It had been quite a while since she had such a radiant smile on her face, not since Tiaohua had left. The boy drifted off for a moment, not noticing the grim determination that flicked in his mother's eyes. His father walked over to the table, holding the partially open jar of maiden rose, and poured a bowl for himself and one for his mother.
Are we all ready?
We are.
The two exchanged a glance and smiled, but the boy felt a bit confused. At that moment, a sudden knock echoed at the door. Instinctively, he wanted to run towards the cellar, but his mother gently pulled him back. His father went to the door holding his pitchfork. Outside the door stood a traveler. Unlike the strangers they had encountered before, he appeared travel-weary, but maintained a polite demeanor.
Excuse me, do you have any food to spare for this weary traveler from afar? I'm willing to pay for it.
Asking such a question in a place like this, like the cruelest joke. However, the traveler's demeanor seemed genuine. His father shook his head and opened the gate, allowing the strangers to see the empty courtyard.
I see. An unabandoned house is already a rare sight here in the western region. Wait, is that this aroma? Could it be the maiden rose from the Tianyin region?
His father shook his head. His grip on the pitchfork tightened.
That's the last of the wine, and I need to let my boy taste it. I'm sorry, but I can't share it with you.
I understand.
The traveler's gaze casually shifted to the boy. His stare seemed to come from a distant place, piercing like an arrow. Under that gaze, the boy felt exposed and vulnerable, as if he were a baby. Fortunately, the traveler quickly averted his gaze.
It has a delightful aroma. I believe it's been reserved for 3 years, or perhaps 5 at most. Unfortunately, maiden rose only reveals its true essence after aging for 18 years or more. Now, please allow me to take my leave.
When his father returned to the table and sat down, shouts and footsteps echoed again from outside the door. Those were the sounds the boy had heard countless times when waking up in the middle of the night, always accompanied by a nightmare he could never forget. This time his father did not respond. However, after a few moments, a group of strangers burst through the doorway.
Hey, what's that amazing smell? This old fool's got something really good.
Where is it? Let's go find it.
Are you blind? It's right there on the table. Hey, old fool, we've come here multiple times, but it seems like you don't trust us at all.
You know, as parents, you should set a good example of honesty for your children. It's not right to enjoy such fantastic wine all by yourself, you know.
His mother tried to step in, but she was forcefully pushed away, accidentally hitting her forehead on the corner of a side table, and then lay motionless. Damn. His father let out a desperate roar and lunged forward. The strangers raised their knives in self-defense, and that was how his father collided with the sharp edge.
What good news is the wine's still here.
What about the boy?
We'll deal with him later. Let's enjoy the wine for now.
Oh my god, this is so messed up. He stared at the strangers, who were engrossed in their indulgence, with a vague sense of something amiss, but lacking complete comprehension of the situation. His mind was clouded, drifting in an unknown and hazy realm. Then he saw the strangers loosen their grip, the bowls in their hands slip and shattered on the ground. The strangers clutched their throats, their bodies convulsing, unable to utter a complete sentence. A few breaths later, the strangers collapsed onto the ground as motionless as stone statues, their lifeless eyes fixed upon the cold bodies of their boy's parents. In that moment, the haze enveloped his mind began to dissipate. Everything had been shattered. Are we all ready? We are. So, that was the truth. The best wishes had turned into deadly poison. With weary legs, the boy stumbled towards the table and picked up his untouched small bowl. The jar was nearly empty, but he managed to hold it with great effort. He climbed into the stool, raised the jar high, and poured himself one final serving. His tears mingled with the wine as they fell into the bowl. Just then, he heard footsteps from behind. He turned around to find that the traveler with the enigmatic gaze had somehow returned. The traveler surveyed the room in silence, eventually focusing his attention on the bowl in the boy's hand.
Wine is intended for adults. You're not yet ready to appreciate its taste. Maiden Rose is rarely found in the western region, and giving it to a child would only spoil its essence.
Unperturbed by the lifeless bodies, the traveler approached the boy. With a gentle yet resolute hand, he took the bowl of wine from the boy. Then he closed his eyes and consumed it all in one swift motion. The boy looked up at the traveler, counting the beats of his heart. However, after a long time, the traveler slowly opened his eyes and released a contented sigh.
It's indeed a fine wine, though it's regrettable that there's so little of it. Old friends always depart, running water eventually passes away, and good wine is never ample enough. I'm sorry, I just drank the last bit of wine without the host's permission. For such fine wine, I should offer something in return. Since you probably don't know what money is, I'll fulfill one of your wishes as payment for the wine.
He gazed into the traveler's eyes, which resembled deep pools of water, undisturbed by ripples.
Can I ask for anything?
The traveler looked around and showed an awkward expression.
Well, I guess I was a bit drunk and boasted a little too much. Seriously, how can an adult say something impossible in front of a child? I can't bring the dead back or make the sun come out of the west, but as long as it can be achieved with human power, feel free to ask.
Behind the traveler, the door to his home stood open, and the two planks swung in the wind, resembling the wings of a dying moth.
Please take me away.
Take you away? To where?
To... anywhere will do. I want to find my sister.
Sure. What's her name?
Chawa. Her name is Chawa.
And yours?
The boy pondered for a moment.
Wusha. My name is Wusha.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah, there's more. Thingling. A few days ago.
I have other matters to attend to, and we won't be seeing each other again in the near future. As for the remaining matters in Songlin City, I entrust them to you.
The remaining matters?
You have your own path, Wusha. Follow your heart, and everything will be fine.
Wusha remained silent for a while before nodding slightly.
As you wish, Master.
The young man was about to leave, but then he came back.
Master, if I'm too incompetent to fulfill your wishes...
No need to worry, Wusha. Whether you succeed or fail, the outcome will not change. By embracing tranquility and forsaking greed, the natural order unfolds, allowing the world to find its balance. I love all the people of Xian deeply, and I'm confident that they won't let me down. It is because of the virtuous nature of this generation that I'm confident they will join me in establishing an eternal paradise.
But that's not right though. The rain which has been accumulated above Shangli City for an entire month is now pouring down relentlessly. All citizens on the street look up at the sky in unison, as if they have sensed something unusual. No one realizes the impending impact of this rain except for Xing. Ah, shoot. He's using rain.
Why? Why is this?
Yep, this is real bad. Xing feebly raises her hand and catches a droplet of rain.
Why is this happening?
The cerulean hue of the rain fills her with despair. Why didn't I notice that earlier? The river water turns into clouds and then into rain, and that falls on the earth. The ceaseless cerulean rain is now nourishing the entire city. Nature treats all lives between heaven and earth with equal compassion and fairness. He experiences a very long dream. The clouds are rippling amidst the gentle breeze. He stands on the ridge of a field facing an endless expanse of green. The seedlings have just been planted and barely reached his calves. Stepping into the field, he bows down and tenderly caresses the delicate seedlings as if they were his own children. "Grow up healthy," he murmurs softly, as if in response to his words a gentle breeze sways seedlings. He raises his eyes, observing the growing waves of rice. At the moment, he suddenly recalls the purpose of his presence. Before his mind can fully process it, his body instinctively springs into action. His legs, seemingly independent of his will, carry him forward as he chases after the surging waves of rice. How can he have forgotten this? The waves of rice have been the pursuit of his entire life. A human's life can be as fleeting as dew evaporating in the morning sun. The faster he runs, the taller the surrounding seedlings grow. He finds himself surrounded by a vibrant green sea of rice until he is completely immersed within it. The rice matures while his vitality diminishes, leaving him with a frail body resembling a withered tree. However, the seedlings remain strong, propelling him forward. The older he becomes, the taller the rice grows. When the rice reaches the height of sorghum, with stalks as thick as broomsticks and grains clustered like grapes, he stoops down, realizing that he can no longer walk. As he comes to a stop, the waves of rice ceases their surging. This time, the waves do not crash forward, but gather around him. Slowly he sits down, leaning against the towering rice. He understands that if he were to fall into a deep sleep within his dream, he would never awaken again. The breeze gently rustles the waves of rice, filling the air with a fragrant aroma. He believes that this time he can finally embrace a long sleep without any regrets. Thus, he closes his eyes. The sound of toddlers sobbing echoes in his ears. In an instant, he awakens from the dream. A refreshing breeze flows in through the window. As Nong Ying turns his head, he sees a familiar young face reflected in his eyes. He wants to greet the young man as he always did, but his throat feels dry and hoarse, rendering him speechless. The young man brings a glass of water to his lips. Nong Ying glances at the glass of water and shakes his head. The young man does not insist and places the glass back on the side table.
I had a dream.
Was it a pleasant dream?
I suppose so. Yes, it was a pleasant dream.
But your expression doesn't look peaceful.
It's difficult to find peace when you still have unfinished tasks and experiments. Besides,
despite his old age, he displays an expression of anxiety akin to a helpless child.
I heard the cries of the children. I'm terrified. I'm worried that those children won't have enough to eat. What if they get hungry or get sick? When I think of these concerns, I can't find peace in my dream.
The young man places a comforting hand. Oh my god.
It was just a bad dream.
My lifelong pursuit has been to ensure that no one grows hungry.
The young man places a comforting hand on his shoulder and gently pats it, as if soothing a child, whispering softly.
I wonder if I've done well enough.
You don't have to sleep if you're terrified.
However, Nong Ying shakes his head.
One should be like a good seed, growing deep roots and abundant branches. But all tangible things have their inevitable fate. Rice will become food for people, and straw will turn into fertile soil for the coming year. Only then will a seed not be in vain.
The young man lets out a gentle sigh.
Well, sleep then. You've done excellently. No one could have done better than you. No one will ever go hungry or fall ill again. I promise you. Rest well, and have a peaceful dream.
The gentle yet resolute voice dispels all the echoing cries that have lingered around his ears. Nong Ying closes his eyes once more. In a trance, The nurturing and benevolent earth once again unfolds before his eyes. It opens its warm welcome in him. This time, he runs into its embrace and never looks back. The young man stands up, taking a moment to straighten the deceased old man's hair and affectionately rubs his weathered face. Like a father caressing his most cherished child.
Sweet dreams.
At that moment, a hint of rice fragrance wafts into the house. The young man's face shows a hint of surprise. Following the aroma of rice, he approaches the window. Outside the window, the rain has ceased. The autumn sun bathes everything in its glow, and the golden wind whispers softly. In front of the window, a small laboratory shelters a mound of fresh soil from the cerulean rain. Sprouting from the soil are clusters of rice seedlings. Cultivate with moon soil, experimental variety number 1. A sigh escapes as numerous memories and thoughts resurface once after another. He had so many chapters of life and so many names. Wuxi calls him master. The Xiangling municipal government refers to him as Fengling. The Nemesis recognizes him as the Sower. And the people of Xian reveres him as the ancestor of agriculture and the first emperor of Xian. Yixia. Oh, he's the first emperor. So he did find immortality, is that it?
So, autumn comes in the end.
Damn. I did not expect that last plot twist though. I did not expect it. Oh wow, we're done. Damn, what a cliffhanger. Whoa. Ah, shoot. Yep, everything's gonna freeze. This is not immortality. This is just coping. Ching. Oh, we're back here. Verdant mountain creates a distant backdrop as white clouds drift through the sky. The city enveloped in a gentle rain exudes a quiet beauty akin to a painting. The falling rains will never trace their way back to the sky. Whose hands could they be? Only Zero and I are in this room, but are those hands really hers? I clench my fists, sensing a fiery sensation beneath my chest. Stealthily, a pair of hands creep up to my shoulders from behind and lightly clasp around my neck. Whose hands could they be? Only Zero and I are in this room, but are these hands really hers?
Are you itching to defy the rules?
A familiar voice echoes in my ears, a voice that I should unmistakably recognize, but why can't I recall its owner?
You have the ability to make the rain go back up to the sky.
That's impossible.
Nothing is impossible.
The ethereal hands encircle my shoulders and clasp in front of my chest. At that moment, I realize the fiery sensation beneath my chest is not my imagination. The beacon of the library is now radiating tremendous heat. Grasped by those hands, it emits a golden brilliance.
You could even flip heaven and earth, if that's what you wished for.
The radiance fills my sight, a ripple from a bygone era, emanating from its core. My consciousness and memories abruptly halt at that moment. Ooh. Oh, wait, can I? No, I can't take it forward. going back. I'm making it go backwards. Wow. Rivaso atomic. Damn, next chapter is about to be a banger. Wait. It continues. Okay. Cool hues fading, distant rivers, mountains blend, reeds cluster, morning a boat. A solace to land. Excuse me, my throat is messed up right now. I've been reading for nearly 3 hours. The majestic river flows quietly near the ancient bronze city, a boat peacefully anchored amidst lush reeds on the shore. Yishia places the pole in his hand down, stepping onto the damp soil on the bank. Something appears to be drifting with the wind. Yishia looks down to see a remarkable large feather gently descending onto the river's surface before vanishing into the waves. Everything seems normal, and Yishia does not immediately realize the feather should not have sunk. By the time he does, it is gone. Looking into the wind, he spots a massive avian figure among the tall grass, somewhat resembling a crane. The crane, symbolizing a spiritual essence, flaunts a millennium-long existence. Yishia reflects for a moment before the realization dawns on him.
So, after a millennium, you're the first old friend to welcome me back, right?
The indistinct figure inclines its neck, as if in agreement. A brisk breeze ruffles Yishia's composure. When he reopens his eyes, the crane is nowhere to be found, leaving only the rustling grass. Then the familiar sound of footsteps carried by the wind reaches his ears, prompting a sigh.
Well, quite the endurance to have made it this far, young lady.
Same here from my side.
Oh, not far. Oh my god, okay. Not far behind him, a young lady holding a fan immersed.
It's surprising to see someone of your stature resorting to rowing a boat to cover your tracks over such a long distance. How would you like me to address you? Sower? Jisia? Or perhaps the First Emperor? Despite Master Yuan Chuan's advice to show respect, your actions make it hard for me to do so.
I see. It's not exactly honorable to take a fisherman's boat, but I've left enough compensation for 2 new ones.
Xantan narrows her eyes.
Are you trying to play dumb?
Yishia mirrors her action, narrowing his eyes too.
Same here from my side. Do you really have time to deal with me now? Or even if I play along and don't run away, can you actually take me down within the time limit? You may seem composed, but deep down, anxiety is gnawing at you, right? You're not the only one who followed me all the way to Qingyu City. No, Weisha is not extending hospitality to guests from afar. That goes against Yuan Chuan's teachings, right?
Xantan remains silent, but her gaze shifts towards the distant northern sky.
You've noticed them too, right? Our northern friends seem interested in cerulean water as well. Well, I'm not bothered. Even if you're looking to fight here, I'm fine with it. I've got plenty of time. But if you do fight me here, I wonder if you can keep up with our northern friends.
Xantan expresses twists in frustration as she glares fiercely at Yishia.
I have a suggestion. Since Yuan Chuan is here, why not leave me to him and go after our northern guests? Or do you doubt if Yuan Chuan can handle me?
With a decisive snap, the lady puts away her folding fan.
Yuan Chuan has everything under control. You're just a cornered rat.
Without any hesitation, the young lady swiftly heads north, vanishing like a shadow over the river.
A cornered rat, huh? Well, Qingyu City is definitely cornered. And there are way too many rats that have been around for too long.
Rain begins to fall on the river under the overcast sky. Without delay, Yishia strides towards his destination.
All right, I need an update on what's happening now.
All the indicators are the same as usual.
Still the same, right?
Yes, this has been the case since the head librarian left the city. We've tried using cutting-edge devices, but no matter how we measure time and space, whether through the scientific lens or the CAVE's secret knowledge system, the results don't change. Time flow in Tanglin City is stopped now. It's almost like this city is isolated from the natural flow of time, become an island detached from the outside world. This is just like
the Library of Babel.
Yep.
We don't know how to fix this now.
And I don't think we should try it. I trust the head librarian, who has been through so much with us, wouldn't put the people of Songlin City in harm's way. Maybe this is the best course for now. With the root cause of cerulean blight unsolved, it might be wise to temporarily halt the contamination.
The young lady with emerald eyes gazes westward, adjusting her glasses.
Head librarian, and Master Yuan Suen, please, we're all relying on you.
All right, I guess whatever we're gonna do in chapter 6 is gonna help us. I guess it is, yeah. What is this? 2 times? Why is it 2 times? And now 2 times? Really? Really? After I wasted all my goddamn... all of my... all of these, I wasted all of them. Oh my god, really? Oh my god, you're horrible. You're really horrible to me. Why you do these? Oh yeah, the reset. I forgot about the reset. Right. I think that's it for this chapter, yeah? Yeah, clear chapter 5 EX. Yep, okay. That was awesome. That was really good. I'm really interested in chapter 6, but right now, I'm gonna edit the video and upload it and the rest for a bit because, wow, that was too much to take in. I need to still clear hard difficulty and I need to get all chests and all that stuff. So it will take me a while. That's why I would not do chapter 6 right now. Anyway, guys, if you like, share, subscribe, you know the rest. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace out. Bye-bye.